What's going on, Need to Know Podcast family? We got another amazing episode of the podcast. But before we get into it, I want to give a special shout out to the good folks over at Underdog Fantasy.
Yes, guys. Our friends over at Underdog Fantasy have an amazing deal for you guys, but you have to use our promo code NEEDTOKNOW. And what does that get you? It gets you a deposit matchup of up to $100. So whatever you're feeling, just put that in and they're going to match that all the way up to $100. Please use our code NEEDTOKNOW.
Before we get into the episode, I need you guys to press pause. Download the Underdog Fantasy app right now. Use promo code NEEDTOKNOW, all right? And that's for 100% deposit match of up to $100. Let's get it. Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back to the Need to Know podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know on the Need to Know podcast. And today, we have a Who You Need to Know. But before we get into that, I am your host, as always, the Paco Rabon Poppy. I'm never alone. I'm always with the posse.
I'm your guy, SaVon. What's going on, y'all?
Oh my God, we just flipped it. But hey guys, I'm Regi. I'm so blessed to be here. We have an extra special episode for you guys today.
We do.
And actually, let me tell you guys why it's special. So, as Alex already said, he stole my opening line, but I was going to say, today on the pod, we don't have just a what you need to know. We have a who you need to know. If there was one phrase to describe this gentleman sitting to my left, it would be, I really do this. HDBeenDope from the 90s hails from East Flatbush and has taken the New York rap scene by storm. He started off cooking up beats on his PSP, true story, and he's been releasing music for over a decade by now, and his hard-hitting rhymes, ground-shaking production, and just, great, calm, charming personality and all, has garnered him millions on millions on millions on millions of streams. Mm-hmm. So you may know him from his hits like Bird or Mamba or projects like What Can They Say, or a staple on Roc Nation's roster currently. You may have seen him killing it on the BET Hip Hop Awards, flicking it up at the Roc Nation brunch, or hearing his tracks constantly blasting in NBA arenas. Living and dying by his mantra, lab, meaning learn and become better. Mr. HDBeenDope, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the Need to Know podcast, my guy. Welcome.
Clap it up, everybody.
I know, we got the whole gang in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, that was great. Reg, that was fire.
Oh, thank
Reg
you
said,
so
yo,
much.
look, I got a bio.
Oh my God. No, okay, for off camera, guys, I was trying to surprise him, but then Alex, right before we started recording, he was like, Regina, you got that? I'm like,
Nah, that was fly. You was on your Narwhal shit. You talked about the PSP journey.
God.
I said,
true
wait.
story.
She did that.
I didn't even know about that shit.
Yeah, that was all right.
But yeah, man, it's a pleasure to have you with us, my guy.
Yes, finally.
Yo, it feels like home. I'm not gonna lie. I got a real cozy in here. I'm not
Appreciate
gonna lie.
It's been a long time coming.
Right.
This has been a long time
For
coming.
real.
Before we turn the cameras and the mics on, I looked around the room and I said, I couldn't believe this is just where it is, right? Like, just seeing all the different folks behind the camera.
Yeah.
I'll allow people to remain anonymous, so I won't say it. But people know your team.
He's like, say my name.
We got your guy Erickson, our guy Erickson's in the building. We got Julian in the building as well. You know what I'm saying? It's always just a full circle moment. Even Carl being here as well.
Carl,
so when I saw you, and then I saw everybody else, and then I'm thinking, because I'm on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure y'all go check that out. And I'm also on FanDuel, right? I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. LeBron's at.
Can't miss you.
And so are you, apparently.
Yes.
I'm everywhere. LeBron is. You feel
I'm
what I'm saying?
everywhere. I'm in the sprinting too. I know he's listening.
Yeah.
I know he is. But
wait, does he get your lyrics right though?
Of course not.
Okay.
That's on brand. Like, I wouldn't want him to get my shit right. Don't fuck my shit up like everybody else.
Yeah.
There's two things we know LeBron not gonna do. He's not gonna finish a book. He's not gonna know them lyrics. And we still love him. That's my guy.
But he will play your song.
Yes.
He will play your song.
Right,
so I gotta ask you,
Damn.
right? Just surface level question. When you saw that, like, how did you feel? And then also, because I know you down Roc Nation, gang, is strong over there. Is that something that y'all playing? Like, do y'all send it to Roc and then it go to LeBron?
This is the
how
ill
does
thing.
LeBron James get HDBeenDope on his Instagram story?
This is the ill shit about it. For me, right, when I see that off top, I'm already like, damn, yo, I'm going back to my hoop dreams. I was 6 years old with my jersey on, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Queens, Roy Wilkins Park, balling, impact.
A young
That's
Ray
me.
Legendary.
That's me. So I'm like,
yeah.
damn, me and LeBron got a synergy off there. You know what I'm saying? The 6-year-old me is connecting LeBron. My music is doing it now. But honestly, bro, for me, it's like, that's a moment. You feel me? Like, LeBron is one of them.
How much bigger can it get than that? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was in the same week Patrick Mahomes even posted that shit. So
God
it was
damn.
just a week of, oh shit, the Goats is
Just
going
winners.
crazy right now. But
Yeah.
honestly, it was all off organic momentum.
It's organic because you got a strong
I'll
team.
be real with you.
You got a strong team. You got a tall team.
For sure.
Strong and tall.
Nah,
they make shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
You got a
so
tall
I don't know,
team.
like when I see those moments, because a few years ago, I forgot. I think it might have been Russ when Rihanna. Rihanna posted Russ on his story.
Yeah, best on earth.
Yeah, he had best on earth, and it was like a moment for him. So I don't make music, right? I leave that to Alex, the good brother Alex. He makes music. I don't know what that feels like to wake up and see somebody of that magnitude listening to my shit in that way.
It's bugged out. Like every time I see a moment of that, but like even I was like Bird years ago, like Will Smith dancing to that. That was one of the moments. But I feel like the internet has made the world so small. It's like, oh damn, like I'm making this shit in my bedroom, bro.
And Will
you feel
Smith
me?
heard
This is me in my bedroom just cooking up records and people in the world is getting to hear him. So for me, that's the reason why I started making music. Like this whole shit was about connecting to people. You feel me? So if the music that I'm making, I'm getting the most vulnerable, the realest me is in the music. So the people it's connecting to, that's like, oh shit, you getting a piece of me, like you living with it. You feel me? And that's what we here for.
Who was like the craziest co-signer? Was it LeBron? That meant the most to you? That
meant the most. It was probably Emory. I used to watch Sister, bro.
What song?
She was Mamba. She was doing makeup. With Mamba playing, I'm like, nah, that's bugged out, bro.
And Mamba is one of your records that has that anthem feel.
For sure.
Right?
For sure. When I made it, I made that record, this was January 2022.
I remember you invited me and the homies to your listening session.
Facts. And that was like, but even before then, right? Dizzy sent me the beat.
Shout out to Dizzy Bank.
Yeah, shout out to Dizzy Banko. He sent me the beat just on, put something on this. We gonna leave the second verse open. We gonna put somebody else there. And I ended up cooking it up. I put the hook, first verse, right? And then I'm listening back to it. I'm like, nah, that's kind of crazy. So my manager, Drew, he live upstairs from me. I sent it to him. I sent that shit to him. He come downstairs. He said, yo, what we doing? Right?
Just take it for yourself. Just take it.
Right? Now I'm like,
finish
cut it on again. But so we listening, so we going crazy. He just recording me, right? And he like, yo, fuck it, just put that up right now. I put it up. Dizzy hit me. Yo, send me that, right? Then I send it to Dizzy. And Dizzy does a video now, right? Okay. This video, his head is all big. It's like this effect on it, right? But this was the moment that I knew that record was going to be something. Yeah. He pressed play, and who's in the back is Loso. Like, I didn't know at the time. I didn't know Loso. And I just hear in the back, yo, who that? And Diz is just like, don't worry. That was the moment I was like, all right, cool. Yeah,
like genuine reactions.
Just making people do that, then I know what we had.
It's important to have those moments because sometimes I feel like artists get demoitis, right?
Yeah.
As to where you might make a song, you might make a beat, and then you just play it over again, over and over. And then in about a week, in about a month,
be through it.
You're through it, right?
But you see, even the shit you brought up, because you was talking about the sessions that we was doing, right?
Yeah.
So with the project that we had, What Can They Say? This is shit me and Diz worked on, right? We had these records, and it's like, yo, this feels good, but we need people to understand what this feels like. Cause it's one thing to be like, nigga, I got a good record. This shit's hard. Yeah. Nigga, it's so much shit that we dealing with every day. You on your phone. There's so much bullshit that you just ingesting in your brain. So for us, it was like, nah, we got to go out and grab people with this music. But it was like, where do you go find people to really listen to music? It's like,
how do you connect to the listeners these days, right? If it's not over social media.
Bring them where you at.
Facts.
We be in the studio.
For sure.
I cook up. Like, that's what I do. You feel me? So it's like bring people to where we're at. So the idea was just bring people to the studio, allow them to really listen to the music, understand what we're doing, but really get the whole story. You feel me? Because songs like Mamba, oh, you thought I was done, all that shit, like this shit you ain't just wake up and oh, you thought I was done. Like everybody feels that, but like understanding the journey to that
creation,
place. You feel me? So that's what
It's a good strategy
for us.
You have this unique talent where you're able to match your energy, the lyrics to the actual beat. Right. All the music that I hear you do, it always makes sense. It aligns. You know what I'm saying? Like it never sounds like, wait, why is he saying this on that record?
Or he just did this just to do it,
right? Yeah. So for you, I want to go back before we even like dive really deep into the music. I want to go to the top of the year. Yeah. Because I like to hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just one of my things. I try to hold myself accountable.
I was just about to say that. I'm sorry. I was just about to say that.
What you about to say?
I was about to like, do you apply it to yourself?
Do I? You told me. We friends.
It's an episode about Mr. HD. Sorry.
Continue.
I heard you had a New Year's resolution.
Which is?
I heard your New Year's resolution was staying away from toxic women.
Oh man! Oh, you did hear about that.
All right.
That's how you know. That's how you know.
We're a few weeks in.
We're in March.
We're a few weeks in at the time of this recording. My word for this year, I was trying to be intentional, right?
Mhm.
Everything that I do, I wanted to be intentional. So far, I think I've been doing all right, right?
Okay.
But you, my brother, I've had that same exact New Year's resolution, just not this year.
5 times.
Just not this year.
How many times you had that resolution? Like 5 times.
This
See,
6
let
years
me not
straight.
lie to
and then I
myself
just-
this year.
Yeah. But I want to know how that's working out for you.
Listen, so I blocked the toxic women in my life, right?
Damn.
You telling the
Why you
truth.
do that?
Yes, yeah, you know, because I just felt like if you trying to move on, you gotta move on fully. You
Like
feel
cold
me?
turkey.
They don't
like,
block you?
No, come
Oh,
on,
okay.
man.
I don't know.
It's slow over here, man.
We got different
Slow over
experiences.
here, you feel me?
Nah, I be
But
getting blocked. bro.
I had to
hurt.
let that go in my life, but somehow, some way,
Mhm.
I opened up my iMac today,
Today.
and this morning,
I love that.
and it's a new message. How the fuck did you get through?
Oh yeah, they got them text-free apps.
No, it's
No, no,
her
no. It's
regular
separate.
number.
Get outta
Oh,
here.
it said delivered?
Get out of here.
Regular number, like sent through. Like,
No, because I feel like if you block someone on your phone, they're blocked on your phone, but they could
But
still
not through
get
a
on the
computer.
Mac. On the Mac.
I can
yeah.
explain that to you.
man. Steve
Toxic
Jobs would
people-
never, yo.
Toxic people are consistent.
Yes.
They got to get through to you.
Which is the one thing I can respect. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I can respect
Persistence,
consistency.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the way to get to anything
I
in
can
life, right?
respect it.
Nah,
Consistency.
and that's what makes things so
Mm.
toxic, right? Because it's like you're supposed to come to an end at a point. It's like, nah, let's just keep it going.
I mean, okay, be honest. Don't bullshit us. How did it feel seeing that text message where you hype a little bit? Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
hype.
No, okay, like, oh shit, they still want me.
No.
That feels kinda good.
I like that shit too. I ain't gonna lie, that shit tough, bro.
It don't feed your ego.
Like it's cute, but like if I'm being real,
Oh, so
like,
you really moved on.
Oh, so
I'm
You know what it is? He got
Okay,
it
no,
out
I
on the
life
song.
kind of believe him. I kind of believe him.
Did you get it out in the song?
yeah.
That's what it is. He got it out already. So
Oh, yeah.
if it was still inside,
Yeah.
maybe the text would have hit
It's
a little
out of
bit
his
different.
system.
It's out of
yeah.
his system.
I
He
did,
put it
I
on.
did.
Yeah, you got that shit on.
Once it's on the record, it's like it's
That's it.
solidified. It's a stamp.
That's
All right.
it. I ain't mad at that. Follow-up question. How do you feel about Diddy?
Yo.
Damn.
Now I'm
I'm like,
Look.
I'm just talking about New Year's, man. That's it. I'm just messing with
I'm
you.
like, damn, that nigga wasn't on the Love album.
Look,
No, not at
my
all,
nigga
not at
Kalen
all,
got
not
a
at
crazy
all.
record on Diddy shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. My nigga Kalen go crazy.
Nah,
Get out
man,
of here.
I just, was going through your records, and like I said, holding people accountable, holding myself accountable. Alex, Regi, that's what we try to do on the podcast. So I just wanted to see where you was at with your New Year's
I'm
resolution.
holding strong, man.
You know what I'm
holding
saying?
Strong.
Don't though.
Just fuck it up.
Don't hold in that regard. Don't.
Like
I
you,
wouldn't.
you one of them cats that really want to be healed, or just pump fake for the music. Like you can keep it a buck here.
Nah. You see, look, the thing about it is the music is telling the story of somebody that's on a journey trying to get better. My love life, on the other hand, is on the journey of somebody that is just looking for love in whatever capacity that comes in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you go with your words. I know they hate you.
Yo, he's mad media trained.
I know
He
they hate
swerved
you.
that Diddy question like,
Yeah, nah, I'm good with my words too, and I get like scolded and reprimanded for it.
I don't know
Real
what
talk,
you
like,
should
what a woman
have
told-
been a rapper.
All right, what's
They
up,
love
nigga?
you when you
Yeah.
good with your
That's his
words as a
job,
rapper.
like, to be good
it's-
with his
it's
I make
whatever.
beats. I'm halfway there.
Come on, man.
But now I had a girl tell me like, I don't believe anything you say because you talk really smoothly.
like you're too smooth.
I
You have
got
that
feelings too.
No, I've never had that problem. That's crazy.
See,
Most women
it don't just be me who look at you like that. It don't just be me who be
Yeah.
like, yo, wait, what the
Like
fuck
Alex
is going
has a
on?
quick response for everything.
That's
It'd
what
be
they
like
told me.
witty. Like
It's
That's what they
impressive.
told me.
It's very
you
impressive.
have a response for everything. Nah, just my brain is
It's
going.
going. Yeah. I get it.
Listen, first time I heard your music, HD,
Yeah.
SaVon, Erickson, and I, 2019,
Word.
Ben Sprinter, and we are on the way to, I think it was Baltimore or DC, because we're going on tour.
Okay.
And as soon as I hop in the Sprinter, Erickson, move. He gotta make sure the cameras is clear. He gotta make sure his area is all situated. He don't give a fuck about what.
Exactly.
Yo, guys, he's in the back. Like, yes,
That's
it's
him, you
true.
know it.
Yeah.
And as I'm getting adjusted because he got so comfortable, I sit down. He's like, "Yo," before I can even sit down, he looks at me. He said, "Listen, I got this artist.
Facts.
I want you to listen to him and turn it off when you get tired."
It's real.
We
That's
drove
real.
for 4 hours.
Hold
Oh my
on.
gosh.
Shout out to my nigga E, because that's great presentation. I like that. Like, yo,
That's a real one.
yeah,
Real
just
talk.
do your shit.
Real
yeah.
talk.
All right, go ahead.
Without a
Before you even go,
Yeah.
right? Like the thing about certain people, like we all know our friends. Erickson is the type of person, he don't speak much. But when he does, he says something.
I like that.
I'm really not the music guy like that. I rely on him and Erickson for my music. Alex said, like, that's where I get my music. Like, so my intro to you, like Alex said, like, he just said, look, I got an artist. So if he's saying that to me, I'm like, wait, it's gotta be something. Right, something. It has to be something.
Gotta be.
And I just was like, I bet. And then we went on this ride.
The shit was so fire. I almost tapped Joe, like, yo, wake up. Almost tapped Joe, like,
wait, yo, he was sleeping through it?
Yeah, I was on my headphones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like casted in the bus. Anyway, when I heard your music, bro, I just felt like I was hearing a rapper who was around my age range, who was a spitter, and just trying to figure out how to connect to younger people that appreciate spitters, right?
Like keeping that, like restoring the feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah. You played some unreleased music before we started this podcast.
Right.
Oh my God. And what did I tell you?
Oh my God.
I'm bugging the fuck out. That's
amongst other things, right?
He stressed Alex out because it was so good. Yeah. Like he had to go by the speaker and caress it.
And around that time, 2019, let's just depict what New York looked like in terms of the sound. Drill is in. Drill is it. Right. You know, and you from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
A lot of drills. Your Pop Smoke, your Dusty Locanes, etc. Like the list is very long, right? Your Busy Banks, etc. And I guess what I wanted to ask you is if you've ever felt pressured to pivot from the style of music that you like.
Okay. All right, boom.
Because of the climate.
I'm gonna give you an exclusive.
Okay.
Exclusive. Never said this anyway.
Need to know
full
exclusive.
On exclusive. From 2016, end of 2016 to like 2019. Yeah, that's when I stopped. Yeah. In fact, Drew knows.
The ad-libs.
That's when I stopped. I was shooting all the drill videos in the city. You know what I'm saying? PNVJ, or on BK video, I shot that. Lil TJ Goat, that's me.
Like you shot them?
You mean like you video?
Behind the camera, me and my man Zay.
Wow.
He was running around Brooklyn doing this.
He just does it all.
You know what I'm saying? Eli Frost is Lil Tecca.
Oh my God, Lil Tecca.
Man, I remember that.
He's from Queens, yeah.
But that's what we was doing. You dig what I'm saying? So from 2016 to 2019, I'm in the scene from a place of like, all right, I'm making sure that this shit looks the way that it sounds.
And you were already rapping at that point,
Yeah, for sure. I'm rapping.
Shit, okay.
I'm doing my shit. I'm still making my shit in the crib, all of that. But this is what I'm doing on the side because it's like, realistically, niggas gotta eat. You feel me? Like, you feel me? So I'm out there doing that. And through that, it was me being able to appreciate the music from a very close place. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing these niggas beyond just these records that's going viral and niggas, oh shit, you heard who he dissing? Like I'm understanding the people behind this shit. So for me, it wasn't a thing of like, all right, drill is going crazy now. Like go make a drill record. It's like, nah, like nigga, PNV going crazy now. Like salute that. Oh, TJ going nuts, right? Like it's more of that feeling. So for me, for me, it was never this feeling like I need to be a part of this because like. Nigga, we shooting the videos. Like we here. Like my stamp is in that, and it wasn't something I was looking for. Like it's a whole different name. Niggas don't even know me as that. You feel me? But it was just that's something that I wanted to kind of add to my hip hop tree. You feel me? I think the biggest thing about even being a rapper, especially in this day and age, nigga, rappers now is content creators. You hearing that's what everybody's saying. Like, regardless of what type of entertainment you're in, you're a content creator. Like, that's what it is. So,
they label you.
Realistically, it being in this space, you're gonna have to do everybody's job at some point in time. You know what I mean? Yeah. At some level of this shit. 100%. So for me, it was like, okay, we out here doing the music video shit, but now the conversations that me and Erickson have now are that much different because it's like, okay, I know what I'm looking for when I'm behind the camera. I'm going to an expert with this shit, but we can speak the language a little bit differently now. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big reason why like the drill shit wasn't something I felt I need to throw myself into because I was
I like that because it's like you never felt like the outside looking in because your style is so different, but you're like, I'm in it in a different way and I grew this appreciation for it. So I feel included already.
Right.
That's beautiful.
I guess a follow-up question I have for that is, and again, this is nothing against drill. I love drill music. I love sexy drill. Come on now. Child, Cash.
You were early on like the Chow Lee, like
That's my people. Already
Chow
knew that
was on what, episode 4?
Probably like episode 6. Shout out to Chow, man. Shout out to Lonnie, shout out to Cash. Shout out to that whole team.
Yeah,
I guess
going
crazy. They got it on lit because now they pivoted, right? Yeah. Now it's all right, cool. Anybody is palatable to anyone.
Yes.
If you enjoy
the girls love
women, the women love it. I can't every time I click on IG, you know, they feel empowered when they listen to that shit.
Yeah.
I guess the follow-up question I have for you though is, and this is separate from drill music.
Okay.
As a real spitter, how difficult is it to dumb it down? Do you feel like you have to?
See, look,
or do you really go?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like he does, personally, when I listen to him.
wait, yeah, what do you mean?
But
He
let me
doesn't
be
dumb it
clear.
down.
Let me be clear with this. When I say dumb it down, we was laughing with Shiggy, right?
Yeah.
And the Babadoo song.
Alright,
Yeah,
but come on,
Right?
And a
but he
parachute.
don't give me that. Like he
I know.
enunciates his shit.
I know him.
He don't yabba dabba do with the paba labba do,
Papa
shabba dabba do, faba shabba
Dabba
do.
Yo,
With
shout
the
out to
pop with the
Shiggy,
pizza
man.
with my niggas, yo.
We different. We around the same age range, right?
Yeah.
The crowd he trying to attract and the kids that listen to music and new music,
Mhm.
I don't know if they necessarily care about real spitters anymore. Like we came up, we was fucking with Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Right? We was fucking with real we was fucking with real niggas that was spitting.
Facts.
Right now it's a vibe.
Yeah.
If the music is a vibe, everybody fucking with it. So when I say dumb it down, I mean like the kids don't care about lyrics anymore.
Like cater to more towards that vibe.
There you go. Like, is it difficult? Do you feel like you have to, or
do you not?
do you not? Yeah.
See, the thing about it with hip hop,
Yeah.
even the niggas that we grew up on, them niggas was figuring out ways to dumb it down, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? When you
Right.
making commercial records or whatever that is, like, yes, there's going to be a version of what the hip hop spitters, like the backpack community would say is dumbing it down. But for me, I think this whole shit is built on communication at the end of the day.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And if a nigga could go into a room with the smartest people and get his message across, yeah, yo, boom, I made them niggas feel something.
Yeah.
But then he can't go into my hood and go talk to these kids that's trying to figure this shit out. If he can't go talk to them, like, is he really that great at communication?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah,
It's
for
not.
me,
It's not translating.
right. So for me, the message is the same. Like this shit that I represent, this lab shit.
Yeah.
Like Regi was saying earlier, learn to become like that. That's my shit. You feel me? It's in the music, regardless of what I'm talking about. That's in the music. So for me, my thing is working on the communication. So I don't look at it as I'm dubbing it down. I'm working on the way I communicate with
And just
people,
getting
you
your
feel-
message across.
For
It
sure.
doesn't feel like
fire.
you have a quote unquote targeted audience. It feels like you're just making music and it has the ability to go global. Like I could listen to an artist and know what their intention was when they go into the studio. I feel like you just make music and yo, come. I welcome, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different type of creation. And I feel like that's what we're missing. And just like keeping it on some New York shit.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what separates you from the quote unquote traditional New York sound. Like you embody New York, your energy when I meet you, when I see you in your
You're very
interviews.
New York.
You know what I'm
He's so
saying? Like
New
you
York.
embody New York.
nanos. That's how that nigga be talking.
And then when you hear him, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't get it twisted. He is New York. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
But a lot of people, they cage themselves in because they want to be New York. Oh, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from here. They try to embody so much or wear that on their sleeve so much that it overtakes the music. And now I have to box you in.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Like
The
you're a
way
New
that
York
you go
rapper,
about your
yeah.
creation is like, oh, nah, I'm from New York, but this shit gonna be in Tokyo. This shit gonna be in Maryland.
It's
This
gonna
shit
be
gonna
in
be in
Madden.
This shit gonna be in LA.
It's gonna be in
And you can
2K.
feel that.
Nah,
You can feel
for
that.
sure.
Like
That-
whenever we have guests, I'm sorry to cut
Yeah,
you
no,
off, but whenever we have guests, real quick, I always tell people like, I'm more of the casual, right? So if it gets to me, like, I feel personally
famous.
this shit is gone because I'm not digging through the crates.
Yeah.
I'm not Alex, and that's why me
I'm
and
digging.
his dynamic is so good because
It's balanced.
if he comes to me, I'm like, all right, this nigga he's just a nerd. He's just a music nerd. And again, going back to what I said before, if Erickson comes to me, I'm like, wait, hold up, let me sit up in my chair a little bit. So yeah, your music definitely give me that feel.
Word. Nah, I appreciate that. It was a conscious effort though for me. Like when I was this is probably like 2013, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna get to Europe because I was putting out a lot of music just on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? My homegirl was shooting the videos. I'm editing them, all of that, and there was a lot of European crowds that was kind of getting onto my shit. But it was really because a lot of the music was super boom bap. So I'm finding that audience. I'm like, what are the people that want to hear this doing all day? Like, oh, they listening to Big L, they listen to Wu-Tang. So I used to just get in there like, yo, check my shit out. And that's how I started like building my shit up. You know what I'm saying?
shit.
But
Check my
through that,
I can do this too.
it was like a lot of people from Europe was just checking me out or whatever the case may be. And then this booking agent hit me up, Overstand. They hit me up maybe like 2014 or so. Like, and they're like, yo, your shit is dope. You got an audience out here. You know, we want to meet, like, see if we could do something, you know? So they ended up coming to Brooklyn. Now this is the most sketchy shit, like some SVU type of situation. They're like, all right, yeah, let's meet at the Burger King. There's a Burger King up the street from my
not the Burger King.
block or whatever.
Oh shit!
I go to the Burger King. I go to the Burger King.
Bring management. Bring management.
No, at this time it's just me.
Okay.
It's just me, right?
Oh yeah, gun.
So I go to the Burger King and
Need a gun.
I go to the parking lot and a van pull up. And they swing the door. It's a big black dude with dreads driving the van, right?
God.
They swing the door open and it's this French couple in there. What's up, man? What's up, man?
Yo,
What's up, man?
We gotta animate this and clip it.
So you want to go to the park? I was like,
What, they wanted to be a sugar parent?
no, them niggas wanted to talk business. I'm like, there's a park up there. Like, let's go. I hop in the van and we go to the fucking.
Rule number
we go
one,
to Ditmas Park.
never
SVU,
hop in the
bro.
van,
SVU.
bro.
It could have
You were
got
living
crazy. But
reckless.
listen,
That's how I know
I
you're from
believe in
Brooklyn.
God. So you know what I mean? Niggas would have died if they was trying to play with my anything. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not with that. But listen, I went and did that shit. We in the park and he's talking to me. He's just like, yeah, there's an audience out there. We're going to get you out to France at some point. And then a couple months later, they did a show for Sean Price at SOB's. Rest in peace, Sean Price.
Yeah.
So he headlined and they had me open for that. First show I ever got paid for, $100. Oh shit, nigga, I'm in the rap game. Nigga. Like, I'm here.
I'm a rapper now.
So that was July, I think, of 2014.
Mhm.
November of 2014 is I had my first show in Paris.
Wow.
That's a big jump.
Yeah, and I
That's
opened
quick.
up for Doppelgangers.
Okay.
Forgot all
Damn.
my words. It's a bad.
Wait, word?
Dead ass.
Was it the stage fright? What do you
No,
think it
no,
was?
so
Wait,
listen.
wait. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I just have to show you that I did my research.
Mhm.
It was because he was booked originally for like a 15-minute slot, and then they were like, "No, you're too poppin'. We want you to do an hour." And he was like,
Too-
"Fuck, I was not prepared. Sorry."
This is true. No, this is real true.
That's a journalist right
It's
there.
real
yeah.
true.
But like, have you practiced? How are your performance skills now? Because you're like, "Yo, I literally just forgot the words." But does that ever happen now?
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, "Oh yeah, it still
Yeah,
happens."
no, for sure. Every now and then, but not like that. That show was like I was forgetting everything.
You were just
like,
up there doing the ad-libs.
Yeah, like, nah, that show was. I was looking crazy. I'm not
put your
gonna
hands
lie,
up.
but the energy
Bounce.
was fire.
Bounce. Bounce. For 4
Bam.
minutes, just
I love when they do that though.
bounce.
I was
Just
doing
sing the
all of
chorus.
that,
What?
and they were just looking at me happy. I'm just like,
Did you have a DJ? Did you have a DJ?
yeah,
Because usually the DJ holds it down, like with like the.
So that was our first show together. So my DJ
Oh
was
my
my
God.
dude, the same dude
Fire.
that said, "What's up, man?" That was my DJ.
What the
Yes,
fuck?
my booking agent was my DJ
Oh
while I was
my
out there.
gosh.
So yeah, we did that. Wait, what was I saying?
You was,
How you felt like after doing the show in
Oh,
Paris?
you're talking about performance.
yeah,
You're
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
sorry.
performance.
Yeah.
Right. So being out there, what it's taught me with performing in general is having to connect with people just through energy. Because they don't know what the fuck I'm saying. You feel me? Like they don't know what the hell I'm saying. So I gotta go up there and make people feel something. So I take that approach with all performance in general. You know?
What's your favorite performance that you've ever done? That you're just like, yo, I will never forget this in my entire life.
The Meadow Show. The Meadow Show we did 2022. You was there for
I was
that?
there.
Hey.
I was
the
in
hell?
there. I was present.
Oh my God. Yeah,
You guys are like
my
besties.
God.
He's everywhere. We not, Regi.
that show.
Everywhere
you
we not, he's
you
there.
guys keep referencing, yeah, remember the sessions? Yeah. I was like,
See, like,
That was different.
SaVon is like hookah lounges. I'm like music events.
oh my, that was shade.
When you throw some shit at a hookah lounge, it's a vibe.
I got
Yo,
Dennis
man,
lit.
Dennis
front
lit.
row.
Wait, why?
Ice tips, milk, and all that, nigga.
He
The
did.
mint refill, everything.
He
What
did.
do you
Wait, but
mean?
Alex, why'd you have to say like, yeah, when SaVon's at the hookah lounges,
Yeah.
I'm working.
Why you-
Yeah.
why you did that?
Not because he always talking about how I don't party and all that. I'm like, nigga, I party. He seen it.
With HD.
Nah,
Clearly,
we was in that
clearly,
spot wild, and I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie, but
You turned
that
it
was
up, though.
that was definitely one of the highlight performances, and that
Why?
was the first time we seen Mamba work,
Yeah.
like
it
really
was.
work in a room. Like it's a lot of people, especially in New York City, yo. Everybody's like, New York City is the worst type of place to perform. All the crowds are so dead, and for me, it's like. What you do on that stage is what controls the crowd. Like you're up there, niggas just giving you their energy. So
You remember-
what are you gonna give them?
You remember when Travis Scott performed Fiend 9 times? That's what that shit was like in there. and niggas ain't care.
Real
That's
shit.
how you know you had a smash on your hand. Niggas
Real
like,
shit.
play the game.
Yeah,
He's like, all
run
right,
it
bet.
back.
I want the check, niggas like, oh, shit, going all the way
It's
up.
that,
Play the
though.
game.
It's that. It's definitely
Yeah.
that. Like 100,000%. The Meadow Show is a highlight for sure. And then also I did a show in Metz, France. This is like maybe 20,
Oh, you foreign.
16.
So you love France?
This nigga
Yeah, nah, I
foreign.
fuck with it over there. Grenoble, France is my spot.
Yeah.
They got ill ass mountains.
Wait, sorry, what was it?
Grenoble, France.
Grenoble,
I lost my
France.
voice over there. But I love France. Oh yeah, it was Metz, France. It was a small ass bar. It's probably like it could fit 100 people. And there's like 175 people, 200 people showed up. And there's people on the street watching this shit.
Oh my
The
God.
walls was sweaty. It was just one of those like,
Yeah.
I like that type of energy. You feel me?
Wow.
Like,
Do you feel like rappers should get a dual citizenship with here and other
Yo,
countries?
nah,
Because
wait, you
I
can do
see-
that. You can
Because
do
I
that,
see
right?
Meek. I see Meek mention that he wants to get dual citizenship for Ghana
Yeah.
because he feels like he just gets a lot of love.
no, I'm
in
gonna be
this
real.
one place, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
As
I
opposed
met,
to out here.
so when in my time being out in
Yeah.
Europe and shit like that, I met Geruda Damager. You know,
I do.
right. So boom, I'm over there in Czech Republic and he's doing.
Hear this nigga?
I'm in Czech Republic,
Complex,
right? And
complex.
I meet him. He's watching my set, and afterwards we just chopping it up, and he's just telling me like, "Yeah, man, I get love out here. I got a crib in London. I got a crib." Like I'm hearing this from a hip hop like, and at the time, I'm gonna be real, I wasn't super familiar with Jeru. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing this. I'm like, all right, wait, niggas ain't necessarily going crazy about him, but he's telling me about life. Out of with hip hop, you know what I'm saying, in the world. I'm like, oh, this shit is big.
Yeah.
Even going to, you know, open up. I was on Outstand Festival, one of these festivals in Germany. Busta Rhymes headline that shit.
Damn.
Most Def is on that shit, and seeing the love that they giving them,
Yeah.
That's
it's
what I-
like, oh, now the world is big. It's
Absolutely.
way bigger than Brooklyn. But for me, in those days, it was like, okay, I need to figure out how to take my neighborhood everywhere, like because people like me in my neighborhood don't necessarily get to see the world in general. It's niggas in my neighborhood that never been to Central Park. You get what I'm saying? Like,
And I
that
feel
shit
like
is right there.
in
but
other countries, like of course, this country appreciates talent.
yeah,
But in other countries, I think they really appreciate talent because they don't even have to know you. Like you said, they were trying to repeat your words. They standing outside the bar.
They just like the way it sounds.
Yeah,
Like it hits them.
right.
Yeah.
They
It's some
feel
of-
it. It's
yeah.
straight
Yeah.
off the feeling. They love music. They appreciate that.
I
shit.
asked Sir, like on TD, Sir, like what was the most like memorable thing in his travels, and he said like, yo, like exactly like you're saying like, yo, I have this one specific market that really like loves me. He said he'll never forget when he performed in Korea, South Korea, because he's like, yo, they don't even know what I'm saying, but I've never seen a crowd like that. So it's like we have to be like, yo, the rest of the world really appreciats hip hop and R&B, like,
Yeah.
and you really don't
Right.
think they do, but you just have to feel it.
Yeah, out here they hate you real quick. Won't come. You don't see how the
Because we got a
baby.
lot of it. Niggas is just like, all right, man.
Yeah.
It's the
another one's
microwave shit.
Right.
But that's why I pay attention to his music. His music is built to stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like it's like a checklist, right? You hear a checklist and it's like, all right, does it last? Does it have staying power? Can I understand the words? Is it an anthem? Do I want to hear it in the club? Do I want to hear it in my car? Do I want to talk about it with my man? You know what I'm saying? Like I play a lot of 2K. I'm on video games. I'm waiting for that shit on 2K.
Yeah.
Word.
They do an update I'm waiting to see
Ronnie, what's up,
HDBeenDope
man?
on 2K. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I understand what that effect does.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the beginning a little bit too. Like just the origin of your name, HD.
Yeah.
What does the HD stand for? HDBeenDope. What is HD? Who is HD?
All right,
Like,
this is
why
funny.
have you been dope?
Okay, so listen.
Why have you
No, for real. I don't know.
So my name, this is crazy because having it in there, I gotta say my name now, right? Name Darius Henry.
Got you. My
Right.
brother's name is Derek. Shout out to
So-
all the Dariuses in the world.
So
Except for Kiki Palmer's ex niggas.
oh damn.
He's a Darius.
Hey,
Oh,
We don't show
damn,
love to
that's
that
a lot.
Darius. I'm
you know,
sorry.
he is a herb though.
That's just for me.
He had to say it.
But I'm sorry.
Had to say it.
But I had this is when I had just Facebook. I didn't have a Twitter yet. I didn't have a Facebook fan page. And niggas just adding me on my regular Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Just on some like, oh, fuck with the music. And I'm like, this is kind of weird. So I switched my name to Harrius Denry because they was calling me Darius. And I'm like, it's
Harrius
strange.
Denry?
He's so immature.
Right? So I switched my name to Harrius Denry. So that's how you get HD.
I love this
I
story.
like that. Okay. I love
And then
that.
the BeenDope comes from I had this record said fuck the new artist title HDBeenDope, right? I
Oh.
just said it in the record,
Like,
and I
oh,
needed a
shit.
Twitter name
Mm.
because my Twitter name before was the Kid Darius.
Okay.
So I was like, I need.
But now you're not Darius.
All,
Yeah,
all
You're Harrius.
Dariuses take pride in their name.
Do they?
Like every Darius I know, their social media
My
has
granny
some
named me,
symbol of
nigga.
Darius.
Like, I got to.
I fuck with it. I was like, that's a fly name. That's hard. I get
It
it.
does sound like a granny name me type of name though.
Yeah, Prince of
Darius
Persia.
they're very
King Darius.
prideful.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
facts. Real
That,
story.
very prideful people. That's
You
good
feel-
to
I gotta
know.
be. I got no choice. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so Darius is the oh yeah, boom, BeenDope. So I said fuck the new artist title, HDBeenDope, and I had my Twitter name the kid Darius, and I'm like, all right, I need a name, and I was like, I can't be HD. Like, all right, HDBeenDope. That's it. You know, and that was my Twitter name. And I was still running as just HD for the longest. But then, you know, SEO purposes, marketing, all that type of shit. Had to wise it up.
That's literally what, you know, Blast, the singer Blast?
Yeah.
He literally only for SEO purposes, that's why he has the X in his name.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you just type in Blast, it's
like,
going to be
you'll get like weird shit.
Right,
yeah.
right. No, real shit. Yeah, but the BeenDope shit, honestly, for me, like, even in the lyric, fuck the new artist title, HDBeenDope, that was 2012. You feel me? Like,
so
niggas is introducing me today. I'm still being introduced to people every day. But for me, it's always been this thing of, for me to even get to you, you to hear me, I had to believe that this shit was gonna work. Nigga, it's me in my bedroom cooking up shit. That's where this shit started. Me just trying to, all right, I'm figuring out, clicking buttons. This is what I'm doing. You feel me? But I had to believe that this shit was that.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
There was no question about it. So that's where the BeenDope comes from.
I know you said, like, during your upbringing, you used to take your older brother's music, listen to his music.
Facts.
That's how you got acquainted to Dipset, to Cameron, to 50, to Lil Wayne. And I feel like we come from the same era, same energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people used to stand on, are you Dipset? Are you G-Unit? You know, that was a real thing coming up. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And then somehow Cash Money, Young Money, Lil Wayne, he came through. But then you said you found J. Cole.
Yeah.
You said you found J. Cole and you discovered that he produced his music, he produced his beats, and it unlocked something in you. Can you expound a little bit more on that?
Yeah, for me, once I realized Cole was producing his shit, it was like, oh, that's possible. Like, that's really what it was. Because at the time, me and my homies was recording on, you know, just everybody's beats. I remember we got to like, you know, Chris Brown popping, we got to freestyle on that. Like, we was just rapping on everything at the time. You feel me?
Say what your name is.
For me, it was like, all right, once Cole, I read that shit about Cole, you know, making his beats or whatever. It was like, okay, cool. Like, I got to figure out how to make beats now. Like, I can't buy beats, so I'm going to figure this out. And I had this game, Trackspad, like you mentioned earlier, right? Trackspad for the PSP. I had a lot of my granny to get the $20 for that too.
So ahead of its time?
Bro,
every time anybody says PSP, everyone says, wasn't it so ahead of its time? Like,
I got a little handheld now, like with all the systems on it because of that. Like, I want that feeling.
I checked and they sell it for $200 on Amazon. It's like not even that bad, so we could get it. We should all get one.
Still selling?
Yes, like no, but like brand new, like they're actually still selling it.
Oh, that's bugged.
Let's all get one.
I was fighting one day, my mom took it, I never seen it again.
Oh my God.
So I get sad every time.
She might have sold that.
Yeah, she probably flipped it.
She probably flipped that
pay that
for
rent.
sure. For sure. Right. When you was listening to the J. Cole, I know you said some of his catalog inspired you to go back and listen to other artists. Right?
Yeah, like Souls and Mischief.
Exactly.
The 93 to Infinity. That was the one that I first heard. I'm like, all right, this beat is so crazy. Who the hell is doing this? And then they hear their shit, is like, okay, now I'm down the YouTube rabbit hole. You feel me? Like, I'm just looking at all types of things. But like, that's what I did with the music. You feel me? Just get inspiration from all these different places. YouTube was the spot for me. I remember I watched this documentary, Hookers at the Point.
Hookers
at the Point.
Nah, he on point.
Okay.
Hookers at the Point. I watched that shit, and in it, it was this. I think it was Donald Byrd. He got this record in there, and just from me hearing that, it was like, oh shit, I'm about to go sample that. Boom. Now it turned into something. But like that was my thing. Just sitting in the crib, watching shit, getting inspiration, making shit. Like, that's what I was doing.
Do you feel like artists today should have a prerequisite in order to like be in the music space, in the music business? Again, people our age, our generation, this new generation, new wave. Like, it sounds like they hear music, they make music, they put it out. If they get popping, they get popping. They don't show any acknowledgement. We just had Hip Hop 50, right? Something like that. So for you, being a historian, almost, it feels like, to me at least, when I hear you, when I see you, do you feel like more artists in this new wave should have that knowledge?
I really just feel like artists should give a fuck. These niggas don't care, bro. You feel me? Like, niggas is making music just because it's something to do. Niggas is starving. Like, we're really in that place too. You feel me? And niggas is looking at it like, every day I gotta get on my phone and there's somebody doing some entertaining shit. All right, fuck it, man. How much does it cost to put out a song? Oh, it's $20 to put your shit on everywhere, nigga. All right, cool, nigga. I got $20. Nigga, I can record that shit straight on my phone
Just
now.
about.
Nigga, this shit is so accessible that it's like,
so accessible.
Niggas is just trying to get to the money. And realistically, I get it. Because everybody's trying to figure out some money. But I think in the art space, especially in the major system, I feel like the prerequisite still needs to be niggas gotta give a fuck. because niggas is allowing niggas in the door just straight off of, oh, you got a record.
You got one song.
Cool, you got a hot little tune. People are going crazy about it. Come in the music business. And it's like, all right, well, now you're shifting the whole thing of what it means to be inside of this business in general. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just important from all aspects. Niggas gotta care, bro. Niggas gotta care.
Well,
but
how do you realize that they don't care? Because Four Bats, he's a new artist. The reason why I was paying attention to his journey so far is that he never put out music. So if you go up on Apple Music, if you go up on Tidal, if you go up on Spotify, the records you see are the records that have been going viral for him as of recently.
Right.
But one would maybe say he didn't have a prerequisite, but so many people relate to it.
But see, the thing about it is, if you look at the way that shit is being presented, and I say this with like tipping my hat,
Facts.
like the shit is presented very well. He also don't sound like he just started making music. So I'm sure he was making music, and this is just like, all right, nigga, we presenting it to the world, because at the end of the day, it's the music business. Part of business is marketing. You feel me? Like, that shit is being presented well. That's a big part of it. So I feel like the way that people see it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, he just came out of nowhere. But it's like, it take years. Like, it's like Ross telling niggas that he was writing with Kanye, you know what I mean? Or ghostwriting and shit like that. Like, that shit happens. But when we was presented with Ross, it was every day I'm hustling.
Right.
We ain't know that shit. But that happened, you feel me? But it's all about how it's presented. So I think nowadays people feel super entitled because it's like, nigga, I got information about everything, nigga. I'm supposed to know. Nigga, if I ain't know it, then it don't exist. But it's like, no, we a lot dumber than we feel, because it's like, nigga, since I got a smartphone, I know everything.
Facts.
But we really don't.
Really
I
don't.
know everything.
We are dumber than
we don't
ever
know
before,
shit
everybody.
because nobody's actually trying to figure out. Like, nobody. All right, cool. I seen a headline. I don't care to read the rest of the story. We gonna talk about it. Cool. I could throw something into the conversation. Like, that's where we're at. It's like we're just on this constant little roll. And when I say niggas gotta care, like from the music standpoint, I think that's just all aspects of life.
Life.
Shit is happening right in front
Should
of
be
us. I ain't gonna lie,
yeah.
yo. They about to wild the fuck out. Like, if we paying attention,
Nah,
niggas
it's about to
bugging.
happen.
Oh my God. Don't even get us
Has
started.
understanding the music business giving you a certain level of peace? I think that's a lot of artists' problem. They're so busy trying to fight themselves or the people managing them or the label that they're not realizing that they would understand things clearer if they tried to understand the business. What about you? How does that work for you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, being inside of the music business wasn't like my end all be all. Like when I was young, I remember when I first started, shit, it was like just trying to get in the business, right? And then in the process of me doing it, because the reality of whatever you decide that you're gonna do, it's that moment of, all right, shit, nigga, I'm doing this. You thinking of all the high moments that come with it. And then eventually reality sets in, like, nigga, do you really want to do this shit or not? Like, are you serious about it or are you just playing around? And when I had to get confronted with those moments, it was, nah, I'm doing this shit. Like, this is what I do. You feel me? So for me, it's my life. Like, I am the music at this point. Like, there is no separation. You're getting me in the music, so there's no reason for me to feel like separated from it, you know?
When you put all of that into your music, right? So the way that I like to look at my career is like through benchmarks and chapters and phases almost, right? So I can remember interning was phase 1, right? I didn't get paid, late nights, early mornings, all the bullshit that you got to deal with. That's phase 1. Phase 2, I get a little bit of money. Oh shit, I might be able to do this. This feels really cool. I'm starting to meet peers. Oh shit, it's Erickson. Phase 3, it's like, okay, now I'm traveling a little bit more, right? I have a lot more experience. But for me personally, phase 3 is when imposter syndrome started to hit. Because I started to be in different rooms. I started to make different mistakes. The stakes started getting a little bit higher. There was a little bit more risk. Right now, I'm starting to make decisions. Do I want to continue to work 40 hours? Or do I want to chase this dream of being in podcasts and entertainment and film and TV and music full time, right? So phase 3 for me is when the imposter syndrome started to hit. I know you had mentioned it before previously, just that word imposter syndrome. Also, I know you turned up at the Roc Nation brunch.
For sure, for sure.
A lot of people was looking. A lot of people was hating. A lot of people was hating. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people was hating.
Yo, be honest.
You know, I'm not a jealous girl, but I was a little jealous.
Be honest, bro. How mad were you?
Mad. That they canceled it this year?
They canceled it this year.
You know what? I was very excited to go to LA. LA just make me feel good. So I was mad hyped. I was planning everything. Like, yeah. I'm like, all right, Drew, we got to go get suits, nigga. Come on. And then they like, yeah. So that's not happening this year. Like, but what? Serious?
But for you, like, being in those rooms, seeing all those people, being in proximity to Hove, to Beyonce, to Robert Kraft, all these people in that one room, did it ever hit you and be like, yo, do I belong here? Am I supposed to be here? What are those moments for you if that wasn't the moment? If ever. So, it might not even happen.
The last Rock Brunch, it felt amazing because they played Mamba, right? This is the year that we've been running around, doing the sessions, we doing the sessions, we doing all of that. Yeah. And top of the next year, we in the brunch and they play Mamba. Oh, shit. We did it. Like, you feel me? It was one of those moments. So the brunch I didn't have that feeling of like, oh, we supposed to be here. That was like the solidification. Like, yeah,
it felt right. It felt right.
But I will give you this. My imposter syndrome moment was the celebrity game at the Barclays Center. I did that last year, right? Yeah. I did this. I ain't know, bro, the last time I played ball on the team, I told y'all I was 6, nigga. I'm 6. I'm not supposed to be out
LeBron
here.
Was drafted. Now he's listening to your tunes.
I'm not supposed to be out here, but I'm like, all right, nigga, I'm gonna play. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, all right, so what happens if I go out here and I'm like Calvin Cambridge, nigga? Like, what if I just jump on the fucking free throw line and it's up? It could happen.
Who you had on your team?
I had Paige Hurd on my team.
Okay.
Roddy Rebel. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole team.
Roddy be hooping.
He from the 9. Yeah, Roddy took us to victory.
Oh, so you just passed the ball.
Yeah,
Roddy. Hold on. I got a bucket, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I got a motherfucking bucket. Let's do it.
That nigga took 20 years off and got a bucket. I am not mad at that.
Wait, like a bucket?
It was one bucket. It was only because Serrani almost made me fall, bro.
It's Serrani.
That nigga, he almost made me fall. I said, nah.
He can't be the one to do that. Now with his boy,
I felt like, I gotta go get a bucket.
That nigga was playing no games with you, huh?
No games.
He just jumped up on that joke. Man.
No games.
Oh, shit.
That was good.
What about that moment made you feel like, oh, shit, my imposter syndrome is kind of kicking in a little bit?
It was really the fact that, nigga, the last time I was on an organized team, I was 7. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Like, it was that.
That's not like music imposter syndrome. That's basketball imposter syndrome.
But see, look, the thing about it is, it's not music, but I'm with musical peers. This is entertainment peers. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
Serrani had you more shook than Hove?
Bro, come on, I rap, bro. Hove, you can talk rap all day. What the fuck?
Okay. I see what you're getting at. I understand.
Come on, man. If Hove got on a basketball court, maybe it'd be different.
I see what you're saying.
How many times have you been asked, would you take the 500,000 or the conversation?
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not asking for an answer. I just want to know how many times people have asked you that question.
This is actually the first time.
Really? Nobody's ever asked you that?
Niggas might bring it up, but never like directly ask. They might just bring up the conversation, but they'll never like be like, yo,
so I'll ask you this. What do you think of that question?
I think niggas be needing something to talk about.
That's true.
He hates your questions, SaVon.
Not like that. But what I'm saying is like
the discourse around
doing his shit in his world. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, where did this meeting with Hove even come from? You feel me? Like, why is this the thing that niggas thought was gonna change their whole life? I feel like being in that building, that should have changed your life one time. You feel me? Like, that's enough. But I don't know. I feel like that conversation is just conversation. Like
for sure.
All right, well, you was there. I just want to know, you had fruit, you had waffles, what's in there? Nigga like me ain't getting no envy. You feel me?
Off the walk-in, niggas just giving you Douce mixed with the Ace.
Mixed with it?
On the walk-in. You feel me? Like, that's brunch vibes. You feel me? And everything in there, the waffles is immaculate. I can't really
so they got waffles?
They got waffles, nigga. With syrup.
Oh, no.
Chicken, all that.
Are there people in there that are kind of like, there's like different levels of fame of people that attend. So are there people in there that, is everybody calm? Like, yo, okay, I'm keeping a cool, calm, and collected. Or are some people like, yo, can I get a picture with you, Beyonce? Like, do some people lose their cool or no? Like, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Reg.
Like some fans?
Lie to you. Beyonce is Beyonce no matter where she's at.
Okay.
No matter where the fuck she's at, that's Beyonce. That room is trying to get with Beyonce in some capacity.
Even at the brunch? Okay.
Yes, of course. That's Beyonce, man. So yeah, it's still that.
I would be like that, not gonna lie.
It's still that.
But speaking of you like doing all these crazy things in your life, completing all these side missions and main missions, I just like hearing people talk about inspirational shit. So one of my favorite lyrics, and you like living your life and being like looking around and seeing how everything's playing out for you. One of my favorite lyrics of yours is, "When I'm on God's time, why would I hurry?" Can you just speak about like what that means to you, like that philosophy?
Yeah, for me,
God's timing.
I wrote that song from a place of like, I gotta get it. Like back against the wall, all right, cool, we gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody kind of hits that point, but in those moments, you're doing a lot of reflection, you're doing a lot of understanding yourself, all of that. And through that process, it grew me closer in my faith. So me saying when I'm on God's time, why would I hurry? Like that's a true mindset.
Absolutely.
It is. Like I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly. And it's hard for people to really believe you when you say that.
Right.
But when you really walk with faith, when you walk with
good,
it,
like
you
I'm
understand.
Good,
you shine with a different type of confidence. People thinking this, what you drinking, what you eating on, man. It's like I feel confident because I feel like I'm truly blessed through the Lord.
I feel calm, like a calm sense. Like it's gonna happen for me. So why am I rushing?
Yeah.
Right. No, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, my favorite lyric.
Gotta get on your Bible.
I ain't
you a rapper. You trying to
listen. I get up and I read my scripture every day. You know what I mean? A little Bible verse every day.
Do you really?
Yeah, for real.
Alex been going to church. Alex go to church. I call Alex every Sunday just to check if he went to church. For real. Look, that's a real thing. Really? Because I don't believe
he's joking.
Young men go to. I really don't. I don't see it. I don't believe. Like I don't be believing them. Like
so you can't lie on the Lord. You know
I go to church.
No, he does go. He does.
I definitely.
He don't lie. He don't lie. What's one of the things that frustrates you about the current climate of just music and where the industry is kind of going? Like I know TikTok, they just had to remove a big piece of their catalog music, right? Those kind of things. When you see those kind of things, like as podcasters and content creators, we're always talking about how we have to remain fluid because it changes so much, right? Like podcasting deals, they change. Advertisers, they change what they're looking for, right? They want retention. Do they want downloads? Do they want fucking social media? Like we're trying to play this game as an artist, right? With TikTok, with Instagram, with the DSPs, different DSPs. What is it for you that's kind of like a little bit frustrating where it's like, all right, cool, how do I find my footing in this space?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing about the industry is like the target changes a lot. You feel me? It's always like you were saying, it's going to be a new thing that people are looking for. So that is a little frustrating, and even having to like, I'm a rapper, like I be rapping. So having to put on the content creator, like really understanding that world was definitely something that for me, it was like a little annoying. And it's something that I have found my enjoyment in, like, okay, I could do this, but like that's still not my bag. Like I'm in the studio, we cooking. Like this is what I want to do. You feel me? But the reason why I can't ever shun that is because it allows me to connect to people. You feel me? Like that was always my vehicle. That's how I was able to go to Europe. You feel me? Like that's how the kid from Ukraine just hit me the other day. Yo, just letting you know you got a fan out here. Like, oh shit. But like that's through the internet. That's through me putting my music out, through me putting my personality out. So like understanding that aspect of it, I can't ever be too frustrated with it. But when it's the label people telling you, yo, come on, get back on the internet. It's like, but it's a part of the game, you know?
Do you have a song over a Jersey beat yet?
I rapped on
Regi from Jersey, yo.
MC Vert and who's that? Zach Sosa.
Okay, I'm gonna go check it out.
That's hard.
You know the kids be loving that these days.
I did that.
Yeah. That's fun music.
Hell yeah. Like all that, this was what, 2022? I was just doing free verses. So, just rapping on other people's beat like every week, just putting something out. Me and my homie Nick, she shoots everything. She on tour with Burna Boy right now, going crazy.
Oh, shit.
Right? But yeah, so me and Nick was just hitting the streets, just shooting shit. You know what I'm saying? And editing it, putting them up. And we was dropping one every week. You feel me? So, and that was one of them.
It is like I'm sorry, but it's like such a balance of like staying true to like your sound, but then as SaVon was saying, like keeping up with the trends. And you're saying like the trends are fun. Like I don't mind it because it helps me connect to other people. But then do you feel like you lock down the balance of like staying true to your sound and then doing the trends, or is it kind of still difficult?
Because I mean, honestly, at the end of it, like it's still like the music. Like when I was growing up, listening to Wayne, Dedication 2, like that's my joint. I remember the first day playing that mixtape, but like Wayne rapping on everything. I remember I heard the original for SportsCenter. It's a Jay-Z record, but I never knew it was a Jay-Z record. I always thought that was Wayne doing his shit. You feel me? But that was what I grew up on. So for me, it was like, yeah, I want that
like
energy.
Just doing whatever.
Cool. What song am I listening to? These are records I'm riding around to. Like, this is my favorite place to listen to music is in my car. I just drive. Like, the other day, I just drove to listen to the Schoolboy Q album just because, like, I just want to drive and hear it. So it's like, that's where I hear the music and it's like, oh, you know what? This is fire. Let me rap on this. Like, that's how I be moving.
Yeah. Always switching it up.
I watch First Take probably about every morning. Don't tell nobody, y'all, but if you go on YouTube in the morning, they be having a bootleg link to stream it live.
What?
So sometimes if I'm at work, you know what I'm saying, I'm still catching.
Wait, they put up what, like an hour earlier than the real one?
It's a dude ripping the feed.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then it's gone. It's gone like 20 minutes out. Yeah, you gotta catch it. It's a window.
Alex listens to everything because he also listens to Breakfast Club every morning. He listens to this. Like, how do you? The fuck?
I figure it out. You feel me? Whatever I want to consume, I try to figure it out, right? And Regi, one day, I am watching Stephen A. Smith intro it with JJ Redick. They going at it. Here go his song playing in the background.
Jeez.
Period.
Mamba.
Jeez.
Again.
I'm like,
oh, you thought I was done?
I'm like, oh shit. Nah, I was just at the listening, y'all. I'm at work. I'm at work. Niggas looking at me. I'm like, nah, I was at the listening.
That's my friend, you guys.
That's my homie. Look, Stephen A.
He follows me on Instagram.
JJ Redick, HD, Brooklyn. That's my man. For real. I'm hyped. But in that moment, it made me, I was super hyped. It made me think about how important you looked at music sync. Now, for those of you that don't understand what music sync is, right? That's the placement of your music in video games, TV shows, movies. You've been ahead of the curve on that for a minute now.
Yeah, you be getting placements.
100%.
Do you think people really understand how far that can go?
Honestly, I feel like the sync is the way because it automatically attaches the music to a moment. You feel me? The music itself is going to create experience. You know, you might be in a club one night. Oh shit, I'm singing drunk off key. You know, this is my song now. But like when you have a song attached to a movie or, you know, somebody's favorite YouTuber at a moment, it's like, oh, that song means this. So every time I hear it, it brings me back to this moment that I was already going to enjoy as is. You feel me? So I kind of seen that, and I was working with Epidemic Sound for a little bit, you know, and that taught me about syncs in the YouTube space because that's basically where they really focus is all the YouTube content creators. They give them royalty-free music, essentially.
Got you.
So through that, what I was seeing once these records like Bird or Rev Run or Cayman, all these records, once they started moving, Will Smith's dancing to it, is playing in the 49ers stadium. Like I'm seeing that and I'm realizing, oh, this is just straight off of the syncs. You know, this is this YouTube audience. It's like PewDiePie might post Bird, right?
Yeah.
And now you're getting this flood of PewDiePie audience that's like, oh shit, I know this song because of that. But like PewDiePie told me that this shit is hard, essentially, even though he didn't say, yo, go listen to this. You feel me? So seeing that, it was like, okay, there's clearly something in sync. And from that point, it was like, that's the focus.
Right.
Hit that syncs.
Even in different ways to make money. I'm so surprised that artists don't put their focus on that shit.
I mean, honestly, it's not necessarily the easiest
thing to get into
for artists because I think a lot of times artists kind of just want to, I'm just making my shit. This is how I'm making it. And like, yeah, this shit should be in a movie. And this shit should be in that. And for me, I never was like conforming music for it to be syncable. Like Bird wasn't meant to be a sync song.
Right.
You feel me? But like, I'm making music with this energy. It's coming from this grand place. Like I'm trying to hear music that can be played anywhere. It's coming from that background. Me being in Europe performing shows, like that's all going into the music. That's why this shit sounds like it could be played anywhere. You feel me? It's not this thing of like, all right, cool, syncs is just the way to go. It's like, nah, these are life experiences being put in the music.
You're one of my favorite Instagram accounts because of your rants. If you don't already, follow at HDBeenDope right fucking now. One of the rawest artists that use his social media accounts. And one of the rants I saw you go on, it was a recent thing. SaVon recently just brought it up. UMG has released their catalog from TikTok.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't think they actually were gonna do it, but you scroll through people's accounts,
It's
half
over.
of their literally
shit is
their
cooked
videos
right
are
now.
silent. They don't even leave your voice.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, Alex.
No, you're good. And now UMG has created a subscription service.
Oh.
I heard you ranting around this topic. I think you said something along the lines of, I've been telling y'all. I was like, oh shit. So tell me how you feel about this as an artist. Tell me how you felt about your rant. I want to get your points from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think realistically, everything inside of this music business is usually just a place of communication that's being misunderstood somewhere. You feel me? Down the line. But I think as the artist in my position, when TikTok became a thing, everybody's go make TikToks. This is the focus. Yo, we doing this to drive TikToks, and yo, you got to make TikToks for this. You got to do this, right?
Yeah.
And then for that to be that rug to be pulled, especially when a lot of artists
like that, like
getting moments like
oh my God.
Locked In was a record we dropped last year. That record went because of TikTok. Like we posted it on TikTok, that shit shot.
Just went.
You know, organically it just shot. So like that moment was like, okay, cool. This is the how we can utilize TikTok. You feel me? And for that to kind of just be stripped a year later feels a little like, all right, well, what are we doing in terms of the conversation? And then like you were saying with this subscription-based model, I think that's ill that creators are going to be able to use the music, because like, at the end of the day, we want people to use the music.
Even for us here, you know, we can't play music on YouTube.
Word.
So I think it's fire now that there's a subscription service that we could pay for monthly and use y'all content. Y'all, you know,
I think that shit is fly. I just feel like as an artist, when I post my records, it gets flagged. You feel me? So it's
That's
like,
crazy.
What is that about?
I just want the artist to get whatever situation that we about to get to the public. Let's make sure the artists get that shit first.
Like create
and
code.
not paying for it, because that's crazy, you know? Like, I just think that should be fair.
What platforms do you have that difficulty with?
That's Instagram. I have
Probably
my shit
all of
taken
them.
out.
Yeah, probably all of them.
Everything. YouTube. All
But
of that
why
shit.
hasn't there been something created? We got IP addresses now and shit. Like, why can't we connect the
why can't
artists?
he
But you see the thing that I was
Because-
saying again. That's why I started this with a miscommunication thing, because I feel like whoever is controlling those buttons ain't talking to the artist that's actually doing shit on the ground level, understanding how this shit functions. You feel me? And I think that's where a lot of this business is kind of turning into whatever the fuck right now, because niggas don't want to talk.
I'm just saying, if I'm on Instagram, right? Let's say I'm a manager on Instagram. I see a HDBeenDope page labeled HDBeenDope, post a HDBeenDope song. Is there not any technology?
Do that.
Is there not any technology to detect that?
I mean, it should be the case, but you know,
what are we doing?
They want their money.
Yeah,
and they gonna
exactly.
get, and they gonna get their money. They
I
want
know
their
that.
money. They're gonna get their money, and the artist is the last
But
person on the
wouldn't you
totem
want the
pole.
artists to promote their own
No,
music?
they don't. I want to make sure I'm getting paid, and I don't care if the artist
But
knows.
they tell them to get on TikTok and
No,
promote.
but it's stupid
No, they
because
don't.
like
Yes,
there's
they do.
the reason why
they
UMG
say promote. Don't play my shit in their head.
But you
it's
promote
their
it with
shit.
the song, no?
Yeah, go sing an acapella, nigga. Don't play the song.
Oh my God.
No, for real. That's how they want
yeah.
you to promote it. They want you to do the dance. They want you to go to the fucking coffee shop and
How
say, "Hey, this is my
they-
new single." But they don't want you to go play that
Play
stream,
it.
nigga, because
God.
I need that money.
Yeah, I need
That's
that
how they
money.
say it.
But it's like twisted though, because the reason why these bigger machines are doing these types of things is they're like, we care about the artist, so no, we're against you, TikTok. They're acting like they care about the artist, but look at what they're doing to the artist. Like, it's so twisted.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, you know, PR is a thing. We gotta make
sure.
people
Say,
feel
yeah.
things, and I get that, but I feel like it should just be a conversation.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be artists in that room at least.
I agree.
You're
There's
big on
some back and
communication.
forth.
I think
Yeah.
Money Long, she took a hit because of it too for a little bit. I think Money Long, you know, how that
Made
song
for
on
me.
Swing?
Twin.
Made for me.
That song, I think she kind of took a hit because of that. I do want to ask you, as somebody who gets organic support, organic
You do.
traffic, people discover you because the music is good. Can you tell when an artist is manufactured? Can you look at an artist and say,
Ooh, T.
that support, those numbers, that shit ain't
It's not
adding
adding
up.
up.
I'm not asking you to name names. I'm just
Definitely,
asking for
I
it.
mean,
Can you
been looking
tell?
at numbers. I've said this same shit a while ago. This is 2015. Men lie, numbers lie. Oh, numbers do lie depending what the question is. That's what I said. But I've always felt that. You know what I'm saying? Like you see these numbers and it's like, all right, if you asking the right questions, you start to realize, oh shit, maybe that number doesn't mean what you initially thought. But it's all perspective. You feel me? And so I can see through some shit.
How does it make you feel as an artist? Again, somebody who gets organic support, somebody when I see your team, you have a real small, intimate team. Y'all are doing the real work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are connecting with the real people. But then you have people who kind of take shortcuts. You got people who press buttons. You got people who get support in a different way.
Right.
Like, again, as somebody who gets that organic support, when you wake up, you see a Patrick Mahomes, you see a LeBron James, you see a Will Smith. Honestly, it doesn't get bigger than those three in those industries. We talking movie films, we got Will Smith. We talking football, we got Patrick Mahomes. We talking NBA, we got LeBron
you got
James.
every Infinity Stone.
You collecting the Infinity Stones, right? All we need is Beyonce at this point and Barack Obama, maybe. At this point, we collecting them all. But yeah, how does it feel when you see that?
Honestly, bro, when I say the lyric, when I'm on God's time, why would I hurry? It's that.
I knew you were gonna answer like this.
It go back to that, honestly, because like, bro, what these niggas is doing, that shit ain't. It's gonna be here today. It's gonna be gone tomorrow. Like, this is what I do this shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't care what these niggas is doing because at the end of the day, the real shit that I'm doing is gonna last. Like, I'm not here to be a fly by night. I'm not here to just get popping so niggas could tell me that I'm ill. I know I'm nice. Like, like. This is what I do. You feel me?
It's like the prerequisite we were talking about where you said like they have to give a fuck. And I feel like that's important. And if an artist does not meet that prerequisite, like they don't give a fuck, they're not gonna last anyway. So it's like whatever. Like have fun.
Honestly.
Right. Everybody gotta have their journey. Enjoy it, man.
That's a fact. I saw you up on TRL.
Yeah.
And that was kind of nostalgic for me. Well, we all are in the same era. Right?
Are we? Are we around the same age?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. AZ is the same age as me. We the same age.
Oh shit.
I know his age. Yeah. Damn.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. We'll bleep it. I'm sorry. We have to maintain a mystique. Sorry.
You're fine. And that was pretty nostalgic for me because I just remember when places like TRL, 106 and Park, they were so prominent in how I learned about new music and also how music was marketed. We've been having conversations up here about how certain media entities that we looked up to in college or certain places we wanted to work at, like a Vice, like a Complex, how they're being downsized, how they're being bought out. How do you feel about that as an artist that is trying to market their music? There should be a 106 in Park, yo. Put me up there.
Like, where are we marketing our music? Like,
see, the thing about it, I feel like the music is like the last thing at this point. You know what I mean? I feel like niggas want you to market everything else, and then the music kind of just soundtracks whatever the thing is. You feel me? So it makes me sad that music is being kind of diluted like that, but I do feel like we're in position with new industry, you feel me? Like, even where the industry is right now, it feels very like, I destroy and rebuild. But I feel like
destroy and rebuild.
Who's actually gonna lay this groundwork? Because there's the space for it, you feel me? But niggas gotta care. Like, and to actually build that.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I don't have any problem with any type of fan anyone is, right? SaVon has mentioned how he's a casual fan of music sometimes, but he likes what he likes. Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
I think that's growing more. I think we're getting more SaVons. Just casual listeners.
For sure.
I don't think it's good or bad, but I think it's just changing the way music is now perceived. Right? Like,
100%.
I just remember being like in the blog era, people really gave a fuck.
Music nerds.
People
like,
gave a fuck.
There was
every
more conversation
Tuesday.
about the music.
There was way more music nerds. We
more,
barely have
way
music
more conversation
nerds. Nobody really
music.
gives a fuck. It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's a fleeting thing, but they just put it to the back of their mind now.
Honestly, like, I was like that too, like all up on Twitter, like 24/7 arguing about music, and now I just like don't want to.
Me either.
I don't know.
But that's because your tweet won't even get seen unless you pay for it.
Subscription service.
So it takes legit. It takes away from the allure of even community and conversation.
Business.
Because however many followers you have, unless you have that blue check that you have to pay for, it's not even the one that you earn anymore. Like the other day, Pierre, our good brother Pierre, our videographer, put in a group chat. He's like, "Hey, yo, man, we got another member." I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck is this nigga another member?" Like, "Yo, we got another member of the Blue Check Club. SaVon's here." Because Regi, she's the only person that was verified on our team.
I got in 2019. I did not pay for it. Okay,
real verified. She was real verified.
I don't like this now because now when people look at my page, they think I paid for it, but I did not.
But she didn't, and she got proof. And so when Pierre tried to big me up for my blue check, I had to slow down. Nigga.
I paid $10.99.
I paid the $14.99, my nigga. I can't own that, right? I didn't earn that.
That nigga said, slow down.
The reason I even did that is because in this content world, I'm trying to see what works. I want to see if I pay you the $14.99, am I going to get more exposure? Or my story's going to start getting pushed up in people's algorithm that it normally doesn't? So I'm experimenting every single day on this Instagram. And I told him, I said, look, when you don't see the blue check, just know I stopped paying. Like, that's just what it didn't work at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the whole landscape of how music is created, how it's consumed, like you said, getting on Twitter and talking about somebody's music, it's not even really a thing, but there's no incentive in it.
Right, because you want the engagement. Most people are looking for that. Like, they just try, especially now, the fact that people getting paid off engagement. It's like, why I even want to have real conversation? Like, I'm trying to get a hot take. I need niggas to say something. I'm trying to run this money up. Like, that's the space that a lot of people are at. So it's like, what you expect?
Like, I used to feel good about my thoughts.
He used to be a
I used to feel real good about the shit I used to tweet into the world.
Some shit
but now it's like I tweet and it just doesn't go anywhere. But it's like, is it me? Like,
it's all
man, this shit is wicked out here.
It's like I miss tweeting just everything, like good morning followers. Like, you know how when we used to just like do that? It's like when on Instagram we used to like post pictures of like your breakfast and shit and like say good morning. And that was just like how it was. But now people, I feel like it's almost like embarrassing to post something for people, and then when they don't get engagement, people feel embarrassed, and like I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and that's just where we are now.
You can't even bag the baddies on Twitter no more.
What? Oh, Alex says, speak for yourself.
I said,
that was crazy. While SaVon's at hookah, I'm working. I'm in the studio while SaVon's hookah.
Is it something like I need to know?
Yeah, what's the energy?
Do I need to know?
No. I'm trying to.
So it's just me, bro. You my bro. It's me.
That's my new shit. That's my new shit. You don't know what to say?
I feel like it's just a dead zone on Twitter for everything, for engagement, for networking,
it's all of us.
for anything. Like all of my engagement, everything I kind of predicate towards is on Instagram. But then even that is like a crapshoot because you got to play the algorithm game. You got to boost your posts. You got to make sure you're posting at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this, like you got to think too much. Like, that's what I find myself doing. And that's why it's important to have a good team. You know what I'm saying? Like, 100%. Because they're going to think for you at times. The moments I can't think, the moments that I don't want to think, I need to be able to rely on somebody else who can. Because every single day we're fighting against some new shit on Facebook, on Meta, on this, on that. Like, I'm not even engaged on TikTok. Like, I don't have a TikTok. The TikTok that I do have, it collects dust. Like, I'm just not there. Like, I couldn't even pull myself to get on the app. And I know if I did, it'd probably be super rewarding. Even for the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what the growth could have been if I embraced that a little bit more. But I'm just like, man, fuck that shit. I can't do it. Another app. I have to give myself even more than I already do. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
So I'm tired of doing the thinking each and every day, which leads me to ask you, what do you do when you're not doing music, when you're not working, when you're not on the road? Like, what are you doing in your downtime?
For me, I'm definitely watching a movie. That's like my vibe. I'll go to the movies by myself. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. I drive out to Long Island too, because you know, like I said, I like to drive. You feel me? I come see you. But I drive out to Long Island, go see a movie. You feel me?
Your favorite genre, movie genre?
Comedy is like my bag.
Same.
I watch a good comedy at
the world is too sad. Throw on a comedy.
I watch comedy at all times. Even so, I'll be going to a little poetry cafe, the Norican. I'll be going over there.
Get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be going there. That's like my little vibe. Monday, you might see me.
They in there too.
You know, I love the artsy ones.
What's in there?
Do you bring like a little notepad? And like a little notepad?
Nah, I just be in there. Honest. Sometimes I'll go up there and, you know, I'll perform a verse. You know what I'm saying? But like perform it as poetry. You feel me?
Really?
Yeah, I'll do that sometimes, but a lot of times I just go in there and just watch. Like, it's a lot of characters in there, you feel me? And I appreciate that. Like, as an artist, this shit is about inspiration, so I'll go there and just take that shit in, you feel me?
And that could be treated as lyrical exercise as well, right?
Yeah, bro, poets go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Poets are on a different level, even for performance. You feel me? Because a lot of people just get up there and just projection is a lot different. A lot of that science in terms of performing comes out differently in poetry, and I feel like as an artist, as a performer, it's important to just study all mediums of performance.
I've seen you perform numerous times now, and you just have amazing crowd control, amazing energy, sometimes it's hard for people to really be a good artist and translate good crowd control.
Yo,
Did
bro,
that come natural to you?
For me, it's like, bro, I know what the fuck this shit sound like.
Yeah. like, stop playing with me, nigga. I know this shit.
I know what the fuck this sound.
Yeah,
like, my favorite thing is walking into a crowd, especially New York, because you know, niggas be like, New York is hostile. Oh, niggas just want to look at you, mean mug. But it's like, I know how my set is gonna go. You feel me? I know what y'all niggas gonna be doing by the end of this shit.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I just get to play along. Like, all right, we can go here, we can go here. I can take you wherever because I know what the fuck I'm about to bring you to. Yeah. You feel me? So like that's the way I approach shows. It's like I know what this shit sounds like. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing up here. Like I've done this way too many times. I'm not. What y'all doing? I don't care about that. This is what we doing right now.
I'm curious about some of your pet peeves.
Show-wise or just in general?
Both.
Oh my God.
See?
I'm more curious about the life ones.
I was walking in my neighborhood, right?
I love how you just had one ready.
There was a dude walking with his cane, right?
He mad at the old niggas.
Listen.
You know how lonely it is?
Mad respect.
I don't know.
He mad at the old niggas.
Listen, I want you to understand something.
I love old people. Don't do this.
I love old people as well. My granny is old. I love my granny. I promise.
He said my granny is old.
But he was doing the thing where you walking in the middle of the street. And the thing about it is, if you walking in the middle of the sidewalk,
HD,
you gotta pick a side. You feel me? So niggas could do this. Because now when I'm doing this and I'm trying to get around you, what if I hit your cane now? You feel me? I just feel like we should just pick a side of the street. If you're gonna walk at a slow pace, you should pick a side of the street to be on. That's all I'm saying.
Now I'm with you, because I'm a commuter now, man. And some of these people don't give a fuck about how they walk. I be wanting to push them down on the ground. Move. Not the old niggas like you.
Not the old niggas. Not like HD.
I don't think you do that.
My fault.
What about your pet peeves in performing?
Performing wise, it would definitely be when niggas ain't paying attention to the crowd. Like, there's a level of performance. Like, if you're gonna be on stage and it's lights, camera, action, and I'm up here like almost like monologue vibes, like I'm in my play. You feel me? Like, cool, do that. Like, it's a real show, but you gotta have that shit perfect at that point. Yeah. But if you having a regular show, like, you with the people, like, this should be an exchange of energy. So I think that shit is important. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Like, people that don't engage with your people, you know?
Yeah. I love asking artists what their studio rules are. I'll speak personally. When I make beats, I don't like anybody in the studio. I'm gonna keep it a whole hundred with you.
Because like I don't make beats and I'm not an artist, but I just feel like I've always wanted to ask you guys. I know it's a whole culture to be like, yo, pull up to the studio, mad people, music blasting, girls there, but it's like, how do you concentrate? Like I just never understood that. So
women don't help.
It can, right?
Some people prefer that.
If we go into like, all right, bet we trying to make a party record, right? We need that energy. All right, where the licks at? Where the butt at? Trying to get a slide. If I'm working on something personally, and I like to make a lot of R&B beats,
right?
I don't need 40 niggas in there, yo.
Bro, see,
I don't need 40 niggas in there.
I thought everybody liked that, and I was confused.
I've been recording at my crib since I started. Like, that was my main place. Like, I was recording my man CJ house for a little bit, but like my main place to record was my house. So for me, who I was letting into my crib was very specific. So I've never had this situation where everybody just come to the studio. I'm about to just make like, so I got very cozy with, it's just me in here, nigga, I can make records. But even now, like having people in the studio, that's like foreign. Like it's a new thing. Like
even cool. Now?
Yeah. Damn. Like niggas could be in the studio, but like I'd much rather it be a small,
be locked in. Yeah,
it's me, the homies. Like it's not this big thing.
Because also it's like, I'm sorry, I just like don't know because I'm not an artist, but like when you have mad people in the studio and you're really working on a song, it's your craft, you're serious about this, but there's like 50 people there, don't you go in the booth and don't you get a little shy? Like everyone's listening to you. Like
word.
I just don't like.
And they're just waiting on the playback.
Yes, and what if you fuck up? Like, and now I'm distracted. Like
they don't heard what the beat sound like.
Like how does that work? Do you not get a little like stage fright?
My first time going to the studio like for real was probably when I was recording with not Doppelgangers, Drunken Masters, my dudes from Germany, right? So I'm recording with them. We was recording Rebel Studios, and I'm doing this record the first day we make the beat and everything, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna take it to the crib. and record it because again,
I don't work by myself.
You feel me? I remember I stayed up all night. It's like 2 a.m. I'm recording this shit, doing all the vocals, doing everything. Right? All right, cool. I got this shit laid out. We ready to go. Now I go to the studio the next day. I'm like, yeah, guys, all right. Press play.
Couldn't even do it in the same session.
They're like, okay, cool. They're like, so in the other room, we got the Beatles microphone. Like they actually recorded on this. Would you want to record on that today? I'm like, now I'm thinking in my head like, shit, nigga, I just did this all at the crib, so I didn't have to record with niggas. But I'm like, that's the Beatles. At least I gotta say that I used the Beatles mic. So you know, I recorded it that day. But like, it was a comfortable situation. You know what I mean? But like, that was like my first time really getting into it, and just over time, I just started having to find my way in it. Like even now, like writing in the studio is not something I enjoy all the time. You know what I mean? Because I like to like take my time and sit and write.
Do you still write?
Yeah.
You know, I own a music studio in Whitestone, and we get thousands of artists, hundreds of artists, whatever you want to call it.
Ooh, complex.
And calm shit. And something I've realized in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years, everybody Jay-Z and Biggie now.
Just punch in
in their head.
Everybody punches in.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing.
And it's impressive because some of them punch in and it flows really well after the verse.
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Niggas is not Hov and Biggie because that's not how niggas was doing. Them niggas was sitting down and writing the whole verses in their head and then going to lay that shit down. Like that's a whole different process. The punch in process, I think, is fire because it keeps you in the feeling of the music.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You never get out of it. And especially nowadays, you talk about everything's a vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
and you could feel it.
It allows you to keep the vibe
like
going.
The beat might switch.
Yeah.
And maybe I wrote something to the beat, but I ain't really anticipate that switch right there. So now as I'm relaying it back, it done threw me off.
Right. So it's like, for me, what I'll do even is like when I'm writing, I'll do both. So I'm punching in, but I'm also writing it down. Like, okay, let me think about that. Okay, what would make sense here, you know? And then I'll punch in that whole shit, and then I'll re-record it. Like now it's the real version, you know? I'll sit down and listen to the bullshit recording for a little bit so I can understand the nuances, all of that shit. So then when I really record it, it sound like a nigga that knows. Yeah. He's confident in his shit rather than somebody reading, you know?
Yeah. How do you measure success?
Wow.
I feel like a lot of people got, you know, different gauges on what they look at success. So for me, success was when I started traveling and it wasn't on my dime.
Yeah,
that's real.
Oh shit! I ain't gotta pay for this. Wait, I got all these miles. So like, you're giving me miles, and you're paying me. Right. Like that's when I feel like, oh, I'm somewhat successful in this space. And then obviously accolades come. You get awards, and you get recognized by your peers, and even just walking through the fucking airport, somebody be like, oh shit, I fuck with what it is that you do. Like I fuck with your work. Yeah. That's success to me. Before I used to always want to be in the 1%. Like they'll tell you, I've always been a 1%. Like I need to get there. I need ultimate fame, ultimate fortune, ultimate access. But now I've scaled it down a little bit. And my idea of success is taking care of my family. You know, having strong relationships, being stable in mentally and physically. You know what I'm saying? So how do you gauge success?
A lot of where I started music was just straight off of inspiration. You know what I'm saying? You want people to feel something. So for me, it comes in somebody like this kid Thomas. He's from Pennsylvania. He came up to Brooklyn the other day because his cousin was in the hospital. She had cancer, right? But we just talking back and forth, and he came up to give me this rug. He tufts and shit like that. He be doing the rugs. He made this lab rug, had lab in the clouds, all of this shit.
Wow.
But he pulled up to the studio, and I just played him the project that, you know, me and Plush been cooking up or whatever, right? But I played him that project and we just spoke. We had real conversation, like understanding where he's at in his life and understanding how the music connects to him and beyond the music, how he's feeling about, you know, his family situation with all of that. And that to me was like, all right, well, this is what I do that for. Like, this is why I make music. It's for this. Like, me being able to connect with him, he don't know me from nowhere. He just know me from the music. You feel me? But we had this real connection. So that from the music side, that's what I do this for. For me, beyond that, it's when I did VidCon. This was like 2019, right? And it was me, my cousin there. You know
VidCon, what's that? That's some porn shit?
VidCon is like it's like it was like the YouTube convention, convention.
Okay.
Yeah, they had me perform at that shit.
Okay.
But like, I had all the homies there, and that feeling of like, okay, we here for work, but niggas is kicking it in LA, like that feeling, and it's all off of the dime of, you know, the music. You feel me? So like that was one of those moments. I even think back to being in Sweden. I had my man Zay DJ for me. Like Zay live up the street from me. We both from Brooklyn. We in Sweden now off of music.
Living the dream.
Those experiences how I'm like, okay, you're doing it. You feel me? Because for me, this is a long game for real. Like a true long game. My grandfather came here from Caracou. It's a little island off Grenada. Wow. That's where my family came from. They bought a building. Like he came up here. He was building the train stations, blowing up the underground. You feel me? Damn. That's what he was doing. My granny was at the hospital, being a nurse, trying to figure this shit out. They went and bought a building. Like he died. She's here still kicking, trying to figure this shit out. You feel me? Like for me, my job is to keep this shit going. So when I look at success, it's like, it's not just a matter of like, all right, cool, it's just gonna be this one moment. Like this shit is continuing because my grandpa died fighting for this shit. You feel me? Like, that's what we here to do. We here to go get it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Do you feel like, you know, the roots that your grandfather laid, is that kind of what pushes you to move forward in the way that you do? Because there's a lot of integrity in the way that you go about the business, the music industry, the music business, right? Even from your reaction to going to the Roc Nation brunch and meeting Thomas from PA, you know what I'm saying? Like the way that you go about it is not superficial. It doesn't seem like it's surface. And you speak, this is like the third or fourth time you mentioned your granny. So for me, I have a real strong relationship with the women in my life. My mom, my grandmothers, like that's my foundation. I got them tatted on me. The tattoo is the roots to my family tree, and these 3 dates are the women in my life. You know, they're the roots too.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Like, so when I keep hearing you mention your granny, I could tell there's a strong foundation there. And now you talk about your grandfather. Like, is that why you're in the position that you're in and you're able to say, look, I don't need the now. I'm looking towards the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, when I think about what it takes to leave your country and all right, I'm going here and I'm gonna try and build. Like when that's the core of the family, it's like, all right, bro, like I look complaining about some shit in America. Like them niggas had to go figure out how to even get here. You feel me? So it's like it's a lot of shit that is frustrating, especially being in this business. Like, nigga, what are we doing? But it's like, all right, bro, like he had to go figure it out. So how I look complaining about it
gives you know? The descendants of those people a different type of drive, right?
Yeah.
Like some people call Africans cocky as hell. And I wouldn't be mad if you said that, right? On the other side of that is, see, I'm Nigerian, right? The level of opportunity in this country compared to Africa, like they literally call the United States the land of milk and honey. I don't think a lot of people that are from here really understand how people from other countries view here. Right? It just puts a different type of fire in your belly.
My granny was telling me the first time she brought her mother to America, she was looking down, it's snowing outside. She said, "Oh, is that cotton in the sky?"
Oh my God.
Like, that is
I have a friend that like had that experience too.
Like that shit is wild. Like, but that's a reality. You know what I mean? Like that's where I come from. So
I feel annoying sometimes because I'm a first generation girl too. My parents are from Korea, came from like literally like one suitcase type shit. And so I make it my whole personality. But literally, it really is that deep though. It really is. Like, it really is. Like, they really came here just so that we could have a better life. And that really bleeds into everything that we do. So everything you just said, I felt it to my core.
And then just going back to the top of this episode, when I said look around the room, like, look at our stories just on this podcast, right? Look at Alex talk about his roots from Nigeria, Grenada, South Korea. I don't know where my niggas from.
No. You ain't do your
23andMe yet? You ain't do the 23andMe.
I'm a descendant of the slaves. I don't know where them niggas from. Alabama, North Carolina.
No, when we gonna do your ancestry, you probably from Ghana.
I don't know where I'm from, bro.
Nigga probably from, you like a Kenyan nigga.
I know it wasn't easy.
My gosh.
I know it wasn't easy. That's all I know. I know us to all get here. I know this shit was not easy.
We all have different motivations.
And different motivations, but it's also blessings because, again, the people that came before us, think about their real struggles. Like my struggle today is, damn, I gotta go into the office 3 times a week.
First world problems.
And then I said, I'm like, wait,
what
nigga, do you know what they really had to go through for me to be able to come here on a Thursday night, talk on microphones with my friends? You know what I'm saying? Like with people I fuck with. Like the thing about media today, and we was talking about like the evolution of social media and all that, like we don't have to do this.
Right.
The label didn't hit me or you and say, yo, HD, you need to go here because you're gonna get X amount of exposure, X amount of followers. No, it's like, oh shit, everybody pulled up today because we just want to be here.
Right?
Like I fuck with the energy, I fuck with the movement, but for me, I like to play the long game, you know, and I feel like this room is all about that. Right? Yeah. You are all about that. Your brand, your message, your music is all about that. It's easy to go chase a hit on TikTok, and you got talent. That's the thing. When you're talented, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. So you could go every single day and say, I'm going to make a hit on TikTok today. Yo, give me every pack that's going to go on TikTok today. That's what I want to do because you're that talented. You're that confident. You have the team. You have the infrastructure. You got the ear. You got it all, right? But when you're playing the long game, we have to wait because there's integrity involved. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right, so I just wanted to salute you on that because I can see it. I can feel the energy. Like when I first walk in, generally, like my process and Alex and Regi, we all got a different process before we turn the cameras and the mics on. Like he's always animated. That's just who he is. That's just who this nigga is. And I need it because I gotta reserve my shit. You see, I'm over in the corner. I'm talking to the quietest nigga in the room. I'm like, all right, fat. Like, let me just get my energy up because I'm processing. I want to see how you move. I want to hear the music. I want to know where this is gonna go because we don't really know each other like that. But I see your movement, and every single year when I keep seeing the same people, it's like, oh wait, I see where he's going. Yeah. Oh wait, he's gonna be at the same mountaintop that I plan on being on, and it's inevitable. It's nothing I could do. So fuck it, nigga. Let's do a podcast together. You know? Like let's document this shit. Right. You get what I'm saying? 100%. So yeah, I just want to salute to you.
I appreciate y'all having me for real. For sure. Like even just being up here, bro. I feel like with the space that we're in is creating new industry. I mean, we mentioned. I don't know if this was off mic, but like I feel like we're truly in this space of creating that new industry. Everything that we want to see, we got the ability to create it. You feel me? Like when I'm at the crib and I'm making these records, it's because I feel like these niggas ain't doing this shit. You feel me? Like I'm making this shit I want to hear. What I want to ride around to. What I'm on a fucking FDR going 90. Don't stop me. But you feel me? Like when I'm doing that, like that's what I want to hear. So that's what I'm making, and I feel like it's just important for us, just as niggas creating new industry, to just make the shit that we like.
Speaking of new industry, it's funny you just brought up exactly what I wanted to talk to you before you got out of here. I've heard Benny talk about how he did time with Emory. Mm-hmm. I've heard Hov say how he copped Emory a Benz when he got home. Oh, it was probably a Beam. I forget right now. And you have had the opportunity to work around him. Yeah. And I wanted to talk to you about, because I saw him recently when Roc Nation had put out the Humble Souls tape. Oh, yeah. Right? And it basically featured the new regime at Roc Nation, right? Yep. That's you, RJ, Ruben, Vincent.
Kalen for real.
Kalen for real. Yeah. Cali. That's the Cali side.
Yeah, facts. Tyree. Right. I mean, Johnny, Coco, am I forgetting anybody? Huey V. Yeah, okay. Huey V go crazy, yeah. But yeah, we was all in the studio. This was in LA. We went to LA and we was just cooping in the studio making this Puma tape, but it was all like backed by Emory. You feel me? And like, cause this is a sneaker that Emory was doing. They got like the mixtape, you could hold your phone up to the tongue of the mixtape. I mean, to the tongue of the sneaker, and you could get the mixtape. Like,
so like how Nipsey was doing with his merch.
Type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, just crazy tech. But like, Emory was ill to be around just because he come with this like inviting, warm energy. But like, as a nigga, like, understanding Emory and like the story of Emory, like, you might think, oh shit, like, all right, you know, you don't know how you supposed to move around, but like Emory's just an open dude. He just want to give game, you know, he wants to have conversation. Emory's all about like learning. One thing that he always talks about is like humans, good humans. Like that's his baseline. Who he wants to interact with. He move in a way where it's like, I understand my energy. I'm putting it where it needs to be. And if it don't need to be, I'm not over there. You feel me? So like he gets it.
He gets it.
You feel me?
And he also like likes the new music.
But
I could tell.
He likes it in a way of I'm in the studio with y'all.
Type
you
shit.
feel me? Like I'm
not
in
a
the
casual, like
I get it from a place of like
you.
I'm seeing the work that's being put into it rather than just like, all right, nigga, y'all making some records and I'm gonna slap my name on it. Like, nah, we went to DJ Clue's studio with Emory to, you know what I'm saying, present this project. Like we was moving around with Emory. We was in Say Less. You feel me? And in the private room,
you a rapper.
nigga. In the private room, smoking weed, listening to Young Dolph, nigga.
Say Less. Yeah,
that's a rapper dinner. That's a
Listening
rapper
to Young
dinner right
Dolph
there.
smoking weed and Say Less with Emory. Like that's the shit we was doing. You feel me? But
don't
like,
forget that.
Don't forget that.
Don't forget that. Say
like,
Less.
just picking up game, nigga.
That's like a package. When you walk in Say Less, they like throw somebody on your arm. It's like, what the fuck? Just go in the back room. That shit, we gotta do an investigation to Say Less.
No, you don't.
Because I ain't never seen Say Less with just niggas. Like, it's always some shit in there, bro. That's crazy. Yeah,
and I wanted to ask you while you're around all of that too. Like, how does it feel to be around like-minded people your age and just a new regime? Does it feel like it's a new regime at Roc Nation? Do you feel like you want to take their heads off when y'all get on the track? Like, what's really vibes?
Nah, honestly, being in the Puma camp was fire because all of us was just in there just trying to cook. Like, oh, that's what you making? All right, nigga, I'm about to go do this. Fire. You know what I mean? And that's how you get records like Love Is a Mixtape even. Like, it's a vibey record, but like, I walked into the studio, Kalen had like a little cut of that record. I'm like, oh, nigga, this is crazy. Who's on this? He said, it's open. All right, like, you know what I mean? That's like, fine. All right, I'm on that right now. So like that feeling was happening in the studio. And I feel like as an artist, like you need that, you know, like it's the iron sharpens iron type shit. Like you need that. So it felt good. It definitely felt good.
That does sound fun.
What are your favorite projects? Not right now, but of all time. Like, I just want to kind of get a gauge.
All time,
brain a little bit.
If you just had about 3 albums to go sit with on an island somewhere, it could be mixtape, it could be albums, it could be hip hop, it could be jazz. I don't care what it is. I just want to kind of get a feel for how your brain works.
Okay. The Eclectic Tour, Wyclef, right?
Really?
This is the first album. My mom's, she, Caribbean background, Grenada, all that, Carriacou. She grew up like listening to country music, a lot of calypso music,
a lot of calypso
music. You know what I'm saying?
soca.
West Indian love country. A lot of niggas don't even know that. But yeah, exactly. A lot of that. You feel me?
I know.
A whole lot of that. But this was the first rap album that she bought. You feel me? And I was just confused. Like, why did my mom buy this? But when we was riding back from the mall and I heard that shit, that second song, I said, oh, hold on. I like this shit. That was the first rap that I knew by heart. Thug Angels on that album. So yeah, definitely the Eclectic Tour. I'm gonna say Dedication to Wayne. I gotta have that on there because that's just a staple. Like, it's crazy.
Too special.
Beyond that, I'm gonna go Miseducation because that's one of them albums that just bring me back. It's a good hug for me.
Yeah.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going there, and my last one is Jaquan.
Really?
Hood Hop, bro. That shit gonna bring me back. That's the album, bro.
You fucked my head up with that one.
I was not expecting that.
Jaquan Hood Hop is gonna bring me back to being 9 years old on the train listening to this shit. This nigga had this song called They Asked Me, Do I Believe in God? So I asked them, Did I defeat the odds? Nigga, I was 9 years old, like, oh,
that's a really good personal list.
Wow.
Nigga, that was my shit.
I get it now. When people ask me and I say Neo, I got that. Niggas just look at you, nigga. What?
But it's like
you just gave me my first thing. I saw a mirror. Yo, nigga said Jaquan. I said, wait, hold on. I get that shit, but I fuck with it.
For me, it's the You Got Served soundtrack.
Wow.
Fizzle Got Flow.
Regi is gonna
Fizzle Got Flow.
That kind of makes sense though. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
That's your style.
I'm not even joking. Okay, I got one more question, and then we're gonna let you get out of here. But
damn, why are you trying to kick him out?
Because y'all kept saying, before you go. So I've said I'm from Jersey. I've never pretended to be from New York. I don't know what I'm talking about. We talked about it off camera, on camera, but 90% of my friends are from New York, from Brooklyn. So I see this all over my timeline. I don't know if you have some thoughts. So they were debating if there was a capital of Brooklyn, would it be Bed-Stuy or Flatbush?
Good question, Reg. Real questions.
It would be East Flatbush. Easily.
Why?
It's the non, because
the capital of Brooklyn.
Yes, that's the capital of Brooklyn because the energy is there. Come on, man.
A lot of people were voting for Bed-Stuy.
No, because I feel like Brooklyn is you gotta have it where the Caribbeans is at. And Bed-Stuy is not super Caribbean centric.
Bed-Stuy is a little bit gentrified
naudays,
no,
especially.
It's more
days.
like, they were saying if you're African American, you're gonna vote for Bed-Stuy because that's more of like that culture. And then when you're Caribbean, everyone's gonna say Flatbush.
Yeah, East Flatbush specifically.
The
like
Haitians,
Flatbush is cool, but we on East Flatbush. You know, we on the non.
There you have it, guys.
I love y'all.
The mayor of New York.
It's the non. You feel me? The non is home. That's where we at. Capital.
The capital. Yeah, man. I can't wait to see what you do with the music. Let's talk a little bit about some of the music. What's coming out?
So right now I got this. Me and Plus from Air Drummers, we working on this crazy body of work. You know, the way we gonna release these records is kind of in installments, but we got this music that just feels incredible. My biggest thing right now is making people understand the feeling of the music. Like
not to cut you off. I see how you're doing that with Erickson.
Word.
You guys are shooting these like mini episodes.
No, he's like, stop shouting me out, yo.
That's my man. I ain't see my son in a minute. I'm gonna shout boy out. That's my son.
HB the only nigga that can get a hold of. You know what I mean?
The only one.
I gotta wait for upload the fuck up and be like, hey yo, E, we good? Is it my fuck up today? Cause I'll be fucking up.
I gotta shout him out. SaVon stupid as hell.
I'll be like, damn.
SaVon, you stupid.
That's my crisis partner right there. When I'm going through it, I call my nigga E like, yo, am I still sanctioned in the Joe Budden Network?
He's great because he's a problem solver. And he also has a really good eye. Right? And you guys are kind of doing that with your music now, right? When I go on your Instagram pages, you guys are, it doesn't feel like a skit. It feels like a scene out of a series, right? Like one of the series I saw, you was arguing with your girl. She took an hour to come downstairs. You in the car like, man, what the fuck? She told me to pull up right now. She's never ready. And kind of bringing the music to life because people could probably relate to those scenarios.
Those moments, right.
Right.
Nah, and honestly, bro, all of this was to promote the project. What can they say? Because the biggest thing, even now, you know, how quickly everything is moving. It's like, niggas is so interested. What's the first week sales? What's this? Yeah. It was like, all right, what if we could figure out how to change conversation to first month sales? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we do that? What would that look like? So this was like the groundwork of us trying to figure out how would we actually get people to go along for the whole project for a whole month straight. So yeah, we was doing the skits, and that is a world that we're building onto right now. I love the fact that you said it feels like an episode or something. You know what I'm saying? Because even, you know, shout out to Vince Staples with what he's doing, like taking the film to that level. Like that's what the type of shit we're inspired by. Atlanta, you know what I mean? Seeing people in the music business be able to take it further. Like we're inspired by that shit, and that's what we're doing on this level. But it's going there.
I'm glad you mentioned Vince Staples, and then you also mentioned Atlanta with Charles Gambino, Donald Glover. New York doesn't have that.
What you mean?
Like a creative like that?
Like a creative like that.
New York doesn't have that. And as we're talking, and as I'm looking, something just makes sense.
1000%.
Something makes sense.
I'm glad you see
get what I'm saying?
There's ground, you know, you gotta lay the shit down so that you can actually get it to grow. But we're there.
You're right here. But we don't have that on the East Coast. We don't have somebody who embraces everything and is embraced by everyone. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's very regional in that way. And I feel like the way that he's moving, and even, again, just your intellect, your conversation, your look, imaging, marketing, everything, the creativity, like it all speaks to, all right, the music could be the foundation, but it could also be a launching pad, right? Like you already got the festivals on lock. You're going to Europe, you're doing out here everywhere. Like you're everywhere for the most part, right? Like, so I see the seeds being planted and it's like, all right, cool. Like Vince Staples, Donald Glover, acting in front of the camera, behind the camera. Like, see, I ain't even picked that up. Not Alex and Regi, but the audience ain't even picked that up. He already told y'all, I know what I'm doing behind the camera.
Yeah.
I already got the music. I already got the team. Like, the seeds are being placed. So I'm excited to see what the next 5-10 years, because that's what we about over here. Right? Sure. We don't pay attention to the niggas who critique us, you know.
I love saying
we told you to not pay attention.
Fuck them niggas.
But yo, I'm one of them niggas, yo, if one of my shooters gonna do it, I bet. You feel me? One of the hitters gonna do it, cool,
but nah, man, like it's dope to just see, again, no pun intended, HDBeenDope. It's dope to see you planting those seeds, and where the music's gonna take you, where your hunger's gonna take you, your story's gonna take you, the roots, the foundation. Like anybody who wasn't familiar with you today, I hope they took something away from this and they really, really, really pay attention, because it's not just about the music. It's not just about making you feel good. That's an aspect of it. It's a component of it, right?
Yeah.
Like you want that, but I think what it is that you're setting this up to be, and then again, just knowing your team, like they say in Erickson, I don't mean to compare you to a woman, but they always say when you see a man, you know, you could tell a man by how dope his woman is. Right?
Oh my God.
No, but listen, but hold on.
You mean behind every great man?
But nah, I
don't know how you gonna bring this home.
A great team. You got you got support. You got to look at other people's team. Again, support. You and I don't know you as well, and you don't know me as well. Yeah. But when you like, you got a rapport with Alex, right? So if you see Alex, I'm sure you could assume, all right, whoever he's rocking with on a day to day,
it's solid.
Something must be there, you know what I'm saying? And the same for me. It's like, oh shit, this nigga been telling me about HD for the longest. I may not know him, but I know his man to a degree, so I know there's really something there.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I
feel like we could have just said, you are the company you keep.
You could have just said, yo, you have a solid like guy in your corner.
I just be thinking, this is house, bro. Like, I'm sorry, dog.
SaVon is great. SaVon is amazing.
But yeah,
bro.
man, let everybody know where they can find you. Again, when the music's dropping, all that good shit.
Oh man, it's getting very exciting. Everywhere is HDBeenDope. If you want to follow me, I'm there. I'm dropping a song every week on my broadcast channel, but that's just my fun shit. I'm just making shit. You feel me? The shit that's coming, I'm about to fuck y'all up. Leave me alone.
You heard the nigga.
You heard him. With that being said, if you made it this far on the podcast, there's no reason you are not subscribed. Please make sure you like, comment, all that good shit. It has been the Need to Know podcast. HDBeenDope. Thank you, my guy. I will never forget you. All the Dariuses I know are good brothers, except for Kiki Palmer's nigga. And with that being said, we'll catch y'all again next week. Peace out, y'all.
Okay.
Peace. Gang.